Fire me up, baby! Ah! Let's go! This guy's silky.
Happy Monday, everybody. It's Chicago Hockey Radio, the penultimate week of our season. Only 6 shows remain, and it's a full crew. We have Natalie, Lee, Justin, Nolan, and even Tim Tebow to my right, and Raven here. We're doing things a little bit differently, clearly, if you guys haven't, noticed. But yeah, this show's going to be a little bit different, and I don't know. We're just opening it up a little bit more, like not having it be so rigid, and there's not a lot for us to talk about. I feel like, and everybody's on summer vacation except for us, and that's it. What's up?
I was just waving to producer Cam.
Oh, Raven is waving to the producer Cam. Yeah. Yes, we have producer Cam.
We got CHR and chill time.
What do you guys want to talk about? I don't know. What do you guys want to talk about?
I love it.
How's everybody's weekend?
Solid. Me and Lee just finished up some stick and puck. We're filming the Teaching Lee How to Play Hockey series that will release over the summer, and he's come a long way. I'll give Mr. Gosman credit. He's come a long way. So hopefully, maybe at some point, it'll be a beer league caliber.
Yeah, we showed up to McFetridge today and got a little concerned when we walk in there because we did not sign up, and so we were just hoping that someone was going to no-show, and conveniently enough, 2 people no-showed, so Justin and I were able to get out there on the ice. I wore full pads today. If you guys go look at the Instagram, follow the Instagram Chicago Hockey Radio. I posted on my Instagram too. Just a picture of me and Justin posted up. I hope you guys liked that shot of us. But yeah, fun time on the ice today. The kids out there were actually nice. We were chopping it up with them a little bit. So
yeah, they worked with us.
Yeah. The summer videos are going to be awesome, and Raven's been working hard on those, editing those. So I hope you guys enjoy that summer content. The Teaching Lee How to Play Hockey.
Enjoy coaching Lee. Teaching him the ways of the game. Yeah, it's been fun.
But we got a ton of trade talk, free agent talk, draft talk, a lot of NHL news. It's officially the off season. Also going to be talking a little bit about the Florida Panthers party situation. I mean, these guys are on a 5-day bender now. They have been going so hard, and every single day I'm just seeing more videos of them inside the club. The parade was yesterday, and a lot of people are upset about it. And so I'm excited to talk about that stuff. But what do you guys think? Should we get started on some Blackhawks talk?
Yeah, I'd say let's start the Hawks.
Well, Justin and I did a radio hit too.
Justin and
I did a radio hit. I was on my phone just collaborating on a reel that they invited us to collab on.
Really? Yeah.
Shout out the guys over at, I don't want to screw this up. Give me 1 second. This is embarrassing. On the Rise, 1410 WRMN. Those guys were really fun. Justin and I did a 15-20 minute hit with them Saturday morning.
That's so sick.
It was good.
I really enjoyed that. That was fun. That was like the epitome of radio. I think it was really fitting that Chicago Hockey Radio made a true radio appearance. So that was a lot of fun. We both really enjoyed that. Just talk Blackhawks, and maybe I think we'll have more appearances in the future with them, right?
I wish. Honestly, I wish we were on with them longer.
Yeah, what was it, 25 minutes, just under a half hour? So
it's a little different though when you're on radio versus doing what we do.
How
because
were you guys? Was it like a phone?
No, it was on Zoom. We're on Zoom.
Okay,
That's why they clipped us. It was on Zoom, and it was cool. But it was they come back. We join the Zoom, and they're playing the commercials that are playing for the and then they come back from commercial, and then it's you're on, right? So it's a little bit different, right, than this we have our guests, and we try and keep our guests to certain time blocks, whether it's 20, 30, 45 minutes based off of our show. But if somebody wants to talk for longer, we're running the operation, we can do it,
Exactly.
Where they can.
Yeah, where they can't. No.
Were they just were they what were you guys talking about? What were they asking?
It was more big picture stuff, about the Hawks picking at 3 and the recent trade. I think the Burakovsky-Veleno trade broke right before that show. The Donato extension, Jonathan Toews, just big picture stuff. Man. Yeah. It was fun. We enjoyed it.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. Shout out those guys. I think Dalton Cooper from the show might be coming on our show here on Wednesdays. So maybe we're in talks about that. So
awesome.
Hopefully we'll get them on before the end of the season. The other thing too is it is super hot in here. It is super hot here. Yeah. So if everybody's everybody can get up and go see. We moved the AC that is in this room because the audio from it was getting picked up on the microphone. So we moved it into the other room. We have 3 ACs between the other half of the studio, but they are not on this half of the studio. So if anybody gets too hot, go over there and stand by the AC for a few minutes.
Hey, would you guys mind if I broke some news real quick?
Sure,
go ahead. Of course. Nolan here.
This isn't Hawks talk, but we'll talk about it more in the second hour. But per Elliot Friedman, Trevor Zegras to Philadelphia.
Damn it.
No return just yet, but it is,
Damn it.
That's a win for them. I wonder what they're going to be giving up.
I was targeting that man. Well, good for Philly though. How is that going to work with? Oh wait, he's gone. That's right. I was going to say.
You think Cutter Goche is going with him?
Yeah. I was going to say how it's going to work with Torts, but he was fired. So yeah, that's not going to worry about that.
I would imagine. I would imagine the return is going to be like NHL players, like older guys, like veteran, like win now guys for.
Yeah, I feel like Seager's at Philly. That's interesting. I don't really think of him as a Philly guy, but we'll see about that. I mean,
him and Mitchkov.
That's that could
nasty.
Be.
Yeah. Him and Drysdale reunited again.
That first power play is going to be gross.
Yeah, good for. He's definitely needed changes too. I mean, his last 2 years in Anaheim, I know he dealt with injuries and stuff, but it clearly just hasn't worked the last 2 years. So I think that's good for him, and yeah, it should be pretty exciting to watch. Like you said, I think he could definitely develop some chemistry with Michkov for sure.
We literally maybe 2 minutes before we went live, I asked if we should start the Zegras to Chicago rumors on the show today.
So much for that.
I guess we can't do that now, but
I was gonna make a joke. The trade is 1-for-1. Lucas Reichel for Trevor Zegras, but you don't have to worry about that now.
change of scenery merchants.
For now.
For now, yeah.
For now,
we'll see. Yeah, this could start a domino effect. Yeah. You see a lot of trades kind of start to break before the draft, right? And on draft day. So we'll see what else develops here. But yeah.
I have a couple of thoughts. Trevor Zegras is super pumped to play with Chris Kreider. Whoops. That stinks.
Yeah, I don't think he's missing out too much there.
Pat Verbeek really didn't like this player, huh?
Yeah, no.
Just
the last 2 years just wasn't working, man.
What is their like game plan? Because I don't. They've got like a group of veterans, and then they've also got a group of really young players, and I feel like there's kind of a gap between the two. And now they've got Quenneville in there. They're bringing in Kreider. I don't know. I thought I was seeing like Troy Terry possible trade rumors too. I just like, what is going to be the identity of this Anaheim Ducks team?
We just got the return from Friedman again. Ryan Poehling of 45th this year and 4th next year.
That's all it took?
Really? So that's the 45th. That's like a second rounder, a fourth rounder, and a guy who's like an AHL, an NHL like 13-4 guy.
He's an NHLer.
Yeah, like fourth line guy. Yeah, I mean that's. I think that's worth it for Philly. You don't have to give up much there.
We could have done that.
Absolutely.
For that value, absolutely. I mean, what would it have took? Like what, a second, third rounder, B tier prospect? We have plenty of those.
Maybe didn't want to trade him in conference.
Yeah, true. Fair point.
Zegras is also like from that. He's from Connecticut, and from that
Is he
part
like
of the
Bedford,
world.
New York or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's from around there. Yeah.
Damn, man. Wow. Good for Philadelphia. I mean, that's something to get the fans excited at least, because they're probably going to be entering. I don't know. They're kind of entering like a little rebuild. Like I would say Philadelphia is genuinely like a year or two behind us.
Like a retool. Yeah.
But I think they're trying to do it through like the draft and obviously they want to bring in like talented young players. So maybe a team that's like a year or two behind the Blackhawks, but Trevor Zegras is a guy that is going to get bums in seats, I think.
Yeah, I think he's going to get more opportunity there, right? Let's not forget this guy had back-to-back, like 60-point seasons, like the last 2 years, average of injury, right? So if he can stay healthy and, like you said, change of scenery, play up there in the lineup of guys like Michkov, I think that could definitely be a resurgence for him. So definitely a lot of potential there still with Zegras, for sure.
Okay. Do you guys want to talk about TJ Brody for 30 minutes?
Yes! TJ Brody has been bought out. Thank God. I'm so glad we don't have to deal with another season, another game of this guy playing hockey in a Hawks uniform, which almost kind of forgot this guy existed, to be honest, because I feel like when Artie was caught up in all these young Hawks defensemen, we really didn't see in those last 2 months or so of the season. And I don't think it's a coincidence, that was like the best 2 months of the Blackhawks season was when TJ Brody wasn't playing every day. So really good news. That being said, though, I don't want to give Kyle too much credit here because he was the guy who thought it was a good idea to sign him to a 2-year contract to begin with. So anytime you have to buy out somebody, that's kind of on you too. So I mean, good on him for doing it, and I'm glad we won't see him again next year, and should be a really young Hawks D-core next year. I mean, the way it is right now, I think be Vlasic, Rinzel, Korch, Levshinov, Kaiser, and then Murphy's the unk back there. But it's gonna be a really young blue line. But yeah, glad Brody's been bought out. I think it's like a $3 million penalty next year, and pretty much nothing after that. So it's really just 1 year. It's gonna hurt us. Yeah.
And I've been seeing a lot of people on social media when they talk about the TJ Brody potential buyout, I should say, a couple days ago. They were like, "Oh, this is totally a guy that Florida's gonna go after and make."
No, he can't play.
Trust me when I say to all the people that think that this is a perfect guy. This guy is not an NHL player.
Yeah.
I mean, it was so apparent this year. It was brutal to watch. Not to completely rag on the guy, but it's not an NHL player. I don't think even the Florida Panthers could turn that around.
No, he should be. Honestly, that's a guy I think where the ship has sailed. I think it'd be wise for him to retire, but we'll see. I only know what team would even think about taking a look at him right now. So yeah, he's probably done. I would think maybe Europe or something like that. But yeah, no longer an NHL player in 2025, and yeah, I'm glad it got done. Yeah.
Do you guys think that there's a chance that we see Connor Murphy dealt this summer? I was just looking at Frank Saravalli's top trade candidates trade board, and Murphy's in the teens somewhere on that list. And I don't know. We've obviously got a ton of young blue liners coming up.
Yeah.
But Murphy is kind of like that last veteran piece. I don't know.
I think you got to keep him. I mean, I just went through the list there. I think you have to have at least some, older veteran D-man there. I guess you could call Vlasic a veteran, but he's still only 24 years old. So Murphy's 32. He's been here since 2017. He's got a year left on his contract. Yeah, you could trade him. Maybe that might be better, at the deadline next year, right? Flip him for assets then. But I wouldn't trade him now, just because I think you have to have at least somebody with experience. That said, you could always go after somebody in free agency. If you're going to trade Murphy now and get some assets, you could go after somebody to replace that. But I think you have to have at least one experienced blue liner back there. I don't think you want a blue line with an average age of 20 years old. So you probably want somebody back there experienced to help teach these guys and mentor him. He's got the A2 leader in the room. People like him. So I just hang on to him for last year. Yeah. At least till the trade deadline.
Yeah, for sure. They definitely need that veteran presence.
Yeah.
I saw a post a couple days ago where the average age of the Hawks defenseman currently is 23, 24. That's crazy. I mean, I think that's definitely needed. Obviously kind of shaking it up a little bit, getting the younger people in the mix, really defining that essence of a rebuild. But that veteran presence is definitely needed, especially since we've got some vets that got traded, that left, that retired, everybody. So
yeah.
Definitely need Murph for a little bit at least.
So I want to pose a question to you guys. I think this all depends upon this offseason with Louis Crevier's development, if they want to put him at the third pairing right defenseman. If, let's say, the hypothetical is Murphy gets dealt this offseason, are you happy with Louis Crevier on your third pair for 70, 80 games?
Yes, I would be.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't seen him for a full season yet. I think in the games that he has played so far in his career, he's looked good, but what does that look like over a full season? Again, I just think that'd be a really young blue line, man.
Yeah.
I just
absolutely.
worry about having that green of a blue line, for a full season, the impact that could have. I want to play these guys. Don't get me wrong. I think most of them are ready for the NHL and should be up here. But that comes with a price too. You have to be able to balance that fine line of development and rushing these, some guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
I understand that, I guess, but what is Connor Murphy is Connor Murphy really going to be oh my gosh, Sam Renzel would have never have developed into the player he is today if it weren't for that last year of Connor Murphy. Is that I understand the veteran, and also I'm not, I guess I'm not necessarily Connor Murphy out. I guess I'd have to wait to see what the return is, but I think if Connor Murphy was not in the picture, I mean, that obviously opens up another spot for one of the, I mean, we've got 9 young defensive prospects that could all play NHL minutes next year, and with Connor Murphy, then you only have 5 spots to use. So yeah, I mean, I don't know, I guess I've never been in the league, so I have no clue how important, in this specific situation, how important one veteran is on this team. Because it's what are the coaches there for? It's not like these kids are just going into every single game blind without having someone older than them telling them, right and wrong. Isn't that what a coach is for? Blashill's a defensive guy. I would assume he's going to be, having a bigger part in these kids' development than Connor Murphy is.
It's a fair point. And that's the thing. Even without Connor Murphy, we still have more young defensemen. I'd say they're NHL ready than we even have spots for, right? Because I went through that top 4, right, of Vlasic, Renzel, Korch already. Then you still got Kaiser. You still got Del Mastro. You still got Allen. You still got Crevier. I think that's all of them, right? And then so that's like 9 guys right
Harding and
those guys are AHL players, but those are AHL guys. But I still think you need somebody there just to kind of mentor these guys and show them the ropes, because that would definitely be we'd be in for a season of growing pains, which maybe that's the point. Maybe that's what we're going for here. Let the kids cook. I see your point. And also it's like, what are you going to get for Murphy right now, right? What's that asset's going to look like, versus losing him for nothing maybe this time next year. So, I guess it depends what's more valuable to you.
I just loved watching Crevier and Vlasic together this year. Like they're just massive, and it feels like with their reach and how long their sticks are, they cover the entire length of the ice together. I don't know. I want to see more Louis Crevier. Before a decision gets made. Before he possibly gets dealt, because let's be honest, there's a real chance of like a lot of these kids getting dealt because you only have
some of them are going to have to. We don't have enough spots, like you said.
But I want to see Louis Crevier in the NHL next year.
Yeah, I like Louis Crevier, but I don't really know if I want a full season of him top pair with Alex Vlasic. I just think we have better options there. But
I know.
I did like that Twin Towers D pair, though, as Rick Ball liked to call them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Louis Crevier is not.
Your Tassos was insulted.
I thought he looked good this year. I thought a year that we saw a lot of defensive lapses. I didn't see a ton from him, to be honest with you. Like, I think that could be a reliable stay-at-home NHL defenseman if he continues to develop. But
I feel like he could be like a 7th defenseman, like fill-in third pair guy. Like I don't know if he's
so damn big, man.
Yeah, he is.
And you hear guys in the league talk about like how tricky some like really big defensemen are to figure out. I don't know. I think he's got some tools.
I see the potential there, right?
Maybe I'm just way too high on Louis Crevier, but
I see your point, though.
Might be like Radko Gudas a little bit.
You never know.
Like you didn't really have a lot of like off nights where like you really noticed, man, Louis Crevier, like he made some mistakes out there. Like I'd say like you didn't really notice him that much, which oftentimes is a good thing for young defensive if you're not being noticed. You do notice him because of his height, but he wasn't making too many poor plays out there. So and with that size and what he could do there, his reach. Like there's definitely some intangibles.
He could be a Connor Murphy.
Yeah.
So speaking of Connor Murphy, we've got something from Trevor in chat saying that Murphy, Reichel to Edmonton.
No, Trevor, you'll learn quickly here. Trevor in chat likes to lie about random things all the time.
Yeah, he just
this
puts
is just a
in,
theory.
like,
it's not saying that it's actually going to happen, but it's a theory.
I've heard the Reichel to Edmonton thing a little bit.
Yeah,
it does make sense.
Which I fear, like we trade Lucas Reichel to Edmonton, they're going to pair him with Draisaitl McDavid, and suddenly becomes a 50, 60 point guy. It's like I told you that player was there the whole time. I just know that's going to happen. That's why I fear. I'll let Natalie take this one. You're a big Reichel.
I love Lucas Reichel, guys. Lucas Reichel, man, I've been watching him ever since he was younger, and I just really think that he kind of was under-seasoned. They didn't really give him enough time in the AHL for my liking. I feel like they kind of did to him what they did to Kirby Dach a little bit. And like everybody's been saying, they keep talking all of this smack about Reichel, like, oh, we need to trade him. He's not worth anything. He's not NHL ready yet. But you see, like, what could happen. Like, if he really does go to Edmonton, just like how you were saying, Justin, like, they will put him on a line where he will develop into the player that he should have been developed into here, and he will have, like, a 50-point season. And it was there all along. It's always been there. His speed is immaculate. He is a playmaker. I just feel like they don't really give him enough opportunities for him to make those plays. And his stats right now, they're not a direct reflection of the player that I think he could be and that a lot of people think he could be. And it's just really sad to see. I mean, if Reichel goes, like, I will be devastated. And honestly, that might make me watch a little bit more hockey because, I mean, if your favorite player goes to a different team, like, you're going to want to watch it, like how I did for the Rangers and Detroit, unfortunately.
How we're all going to do for Winnipeg this season.
Exactly. Yeah, that too. And trades are rough, especially, like, when your favorite player goes. But when you get to watch more hockey and when you get to kind of, like, see how other teams work, like, that's really cool too. So I don't think that it's necessarily a bad trade, and I don't think that it's not going to happen. But if it does, it will be very good for Reichel. And I think it'll be a pretty big loss for the Hawks, honestly, too.
As a Reichel fan, I feel like that might be like the best thing ever.
Of course,
I just it makes sense. Like for Lucas Reichel, it makes sense. I think because it would be a similar situation as like Kapanen and Podkolzin. Like those guys played a lot of the season, playing a lot with Leon Draisaitl. Yeah, I think Reichel would probably flourish in a situation like that where he's got one of the best players in the world, his German brother. They can speak in their native tongue together if they want on that line. But what's coming back to the Hawks? And also,
exactly.
That's what I worry about because he has no value right now.
Is that moving the needle for the Edmonton Oilers? Because it's like if you just switch out Lucas Reichel for Kasperi Kapanen, it's not like you're going to get a different result come the playoffs next year.
That's exactly what I fear, Lee. It's like if we move Reichel, it's like what kind of value does he have right now? His value's probably never been lower, man. So it's like I just think whatever you get back in return's not going to be worth it. It's going to be probably another player in a similar situation as Reichel is right now. Like a Nick Robertson type, and maybe needs to change his scenery. Like a player like that, you know what I mean? I just don't think it'd really be worth it. So seeing Zegras off the table there, that's maybe one guy we'll have looked at. Maybe that could have been interesting there. But yeah, that's obviously off the table now. So for me, it's like he has one more year left on his bridge deal. He's still only 21, 22 years old.
Exactly.
Give him one more chance. This is actually I will say this. This is his last chance.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yes, we might not get anything for him. Who cares? You're not going to get much for him anyway. So it's like I'd rather take the risk, see what he can do this year with a new system. Under Blashill is going to prioritize development. I imagine he's not going to be stapled to the fourth line all year. I mean, maybe he will. Who knows? But I give him one more chance, see what he's got, and if it doesn't work out, then he's gone next year.
You think You think under Blashill he's just magically gonna appear in the top 6?
I don't
think so. Like I don't think it's gonna work in Chicago. They obviously don't believe in him. I think some of it might have to do with like his temperament a little bit.
Not setting his alarms or like not charging his phone.
He's obviously fast as hell. He's obviously got a lot of skill, but he's to me I don't know. He might just be a little too soft. And I think if he goes to Edmonton and is able to play top 6 minutes in Edmonton, he's going to have a really good year, and he's probably going to produce a lot of points. But this might be one of those players that is too finesse and skillful for the bottom 6, not solid enough defensively for the bottom 6, but not enough of a toolbox. Not enough toolbox to be a top 6 player. So
I'm actually really interested to see what he does in the Olympics too, because he got injured during. What was it? The Worlds.
Yeah, he's playing really well, too.
Yeah, and now he's in rehab. He's been working on his skills off the ice. I feel like he's putting a lot of work in, and I'm really excited to see what he does because I want to see if he plays a little bit differently than the last time we saw him play for the Hawks. And who knows, maybe the Olympics, that gives him like an extra boost of confidence. Like he was one of the first 6 people for Germany to make that Olympic roster. And that's a really good thing. I mean, after being bottom 6 the entire year, pretty much, like that could really do something to your confidence. And like being one of the top 6 people to make the German Olympic roster, because they're a really good hockey team.
He was named over Paterka. Paterka wasn't even amongst the top 6 guys.
Exactly. So he needs that. He needs that confidence. Who knows? Maybe it'll light a fire under him, and we'll see him. We'll see him thrive, and maybe he won't get traded.
He always does seem to perform well on the international stage. I reckon it's because of the larger ice, because he's such a fast player. I think that probably utilizes his talents there. But it's like. But yeah, it's like if Hawks fans just don't really know what they expected the last year or so. It's like Hawks fans, when Lucas Reichel plays less than 10 minutes a night playing with 35-year-old Craig Smith and Pat Maroon. He's a bust! Trade him!
Yeah.
So, yeah, like I said, I was screaming it all year. I'd love to give him a chance in the top 6. But like Lee said, I feel like we would have seen it by now. So we'll see. Maybe third line with a guy like Oliver Moore is also quick. Burakovsky, I don't know. Somebody like that.
Another thing with Lucas Reichel putting on the German sweater, I believe over his last 4 tournaments in the group stage of the World Championships, he's a point per game player.
Exactly.
Now, let's take that for what it's worth for the World Championships, because like for as much time as you're playing nations like the USA and Canada, you're also playing Austria, Kazakhstan, and Uzbekistan. So take it for what it's worth. Yeah.
You're not really playing Uzbekistan. But.
No, that's a joke. It's just like hockey nations that like Hungary. It's not necessarily the top competition there.
Slapping them around.
Yeah, exactly. So there's only so much you can take away. The double IHF game is much different from the NHL game, but it does mean something. Yeah.
There's there's like Swiss League guys that are like point a game at the World. So
and Reiko played like before he's in the NHL. Obviously, he played a lot of time in the Dell in Germany, so he's pretty used to that type of hockey. Yeah, so it wouldn't surprise me that he's done well in that over there. Yeah.
All right, should we pivot here and start talking about the trade a bit?
Yeah.
The blockbuster.
How about Burakovsky, Veleno? Yeah. Let's talk about it. Yeah.
it's a good move.
Yeah. So the
That's very
Blackhawks
good move.
send Joe Veleno to the Seattle Kraken in exchange for Andrei Burakovsky. Burakovsky obviously being the better player of the two, but the reason why this trade happened is because it's because of Burakovsky's contract. He's making how much money? Like 5.5. Is
That's
that
correct.
the contract
For 2
for
years,
2
yeah.
more years?
Yeah.
Joe Veleno obviously coming in at a smaller cap hit, so Seattle gets a little more wiggle room with their cap. The Blackhawks get closer to the cap floor. I guess kind of a win-win for both. Maybe you see Veleno, he's a younger guy, he's 25. Maybe you think, hey, maybe there's some room for growth here with that guy. I'm happy with it.
Yes.
I've seen a lot of people on social media like getting frustrated and
Why?
like
Why?
complaining about the I don't know,
see
maybe
it.
the contract maybe.
But
and
it's 2 years. It helps us get to the floor.
Burakovsky's had a bad couple years for sure, but riddled with injury. Like this is a guy who's won 2 Stanley Cups. He's had a 60-point season. Like I don't think Joe Veleno is ever gonna be anything more than like a
fourth liner.
fourth line
Joe Veleno.
center.
And honestly, look at this lineup for next year. I don't even know if he was going to be on the team anyway. You may have had to buy this guy out eventually. I mean, you were going to play that guy over the Colton Docks and the Landon Slaggerts and the real Blackhawks. Like, I don't know. He always just looked like a temporary guy there. So I'm not a real Blackhawk. So Burakovsky, middle 6 guy, probably more likely third liner, but has top 6 potential, right? He had around 40 points last year. So over double the amount of production of Joe Veleno. Like, this is a guy who's going to slide in and be an everyday regular. So they could change his senior, could do him wonders. Like, he's been dealing with injuries over there. And also the Seattle Kraken, not necessarily the most offensively gifted creative system over there. So I think with this Hawks team, more ice time, more looks, I think could be a career retribution there. So I like it. Good trade. Could slide in and play pretty much throughout the lineup. So that's a guy who's going to be an everyday guy unlike Veleno. Yeah.
Probably going to be a third liner.
Yeah.
Adds some needed size to this team. He's listed at 6'2", 6'3"-ish, 210. I mean, we've got a bunch of small fellas in the forward group. I think it's a good move, and hopefully, and what if this guy puts up 40 points this year? If he's able to kind of get back to that a little bit, and more maybe 40-point seasons, less 22, 23-point seasons. I think it's like I don't know. You're just kind of taking a shot on a guy.
And he's only 30 years old. It's not this guy's ancient. He's theoretically in the prime of his career right now. So if he's fully healthy now, which it seems like he is, like he should be able to, hopefully bounce back there. Right, 10 goals, 27 assists last year. I think he's better than that. I think he'd be putting up around half a point per game, 40 points on this Hawks team. Like I don't think you're going to complain about that. Because what was Veleno going to do? We're up 20 points at most in the fourth line all year. Like no, I think this is a more effective player, definitely an upgrade. And I don't worry about the. I don't know why so many people on Hawks Twitter are complaining about this. I'm like, what is there to complain about here? It's not like we're a playoff team right now. Like that contract, like we're a team that could take on bad contracts like that. It doesn't really affect us. If anything, it helps us get to the floor. So, yeah.
This is it's people are probably getting upset because they're like expecting, they haven't been watching Chicago hockey radio and they're expecting like big moves. Like they're expecting the Blackhawks to be all in on like a Mitch Marner, those types. And they see Andrei Burakovsky and they're like, who is this? Why is this? Why are we bringing a guy in at 5.5? But this is like organizational housekeeping. It's like you get a little bit bigger and stronger. You add a guy in your middle 6 for 2 years. You get to the cap floor. Once you need to start paying these young guys in 2 seasons, he's going to be off the books anyway. So you're not going to have to worry about it. Like, It makes sense. It's a good deal. It's not a needle mover. It's not something you're going to get excited about. You're not going to go to the United Center to watch Andre Burakovsky
I don't think you're going to see Burakovsky jerseys flying off the UC shelves, but no, it's a low risk, high yield investment is what it is. Yeah, exactly. That's a perfect type of like a middle-aged veteran who could be effective and play with these young guys. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I want to see him playing with like Oliver Moore on the third line.
Oh, Oliver, how about a Burakovsky, Moore, Reichel third line? If Reichel's still here, who knows? But if we do decide to keep, I think that'd be a really nice third line, actually. I like the idea of that, actually. Yeah, then what? You got Tavo, Nazar, Burt, and then Donato, Bedard, insert, free agent / trade top line guy here. Like, that's not a terrible top 9 there. Mikheyev, probably fourth line with Foligno and Dickinson. Yeah, it's not terrible.
And I think if Moore and Reichel are on the same line, I feel like that'll give Reichel an opportunity to go back to the wing.
Yes, which he should be on the wing. Why are we still trying to make this guy center?
He's not a center. No. Why are we trying? It's obviously not working. It obviously hasn't been working. Yeah. Put him back on the wing where he belongs. He is a natural winger. Yes. And I feel like the more you try to force feed him into being a center, that's just going to hinder his development and growth even more.
And especially now that you've got some of these younger guys coming into the fold, it's like you've got options at the center position. You don't need to force this kid to play the position. Yeah.
I like the idea of the Moore-Reichel connection because Moore is so quick, man. And that'd be the perfect guy for him, the third line. And then Burakovsky be kind of the perfect little veteran to kind of balance those two out. Yeah.
All offense, no defense.
Yeah.
All offense, no defense.
That line could get destroyed defensively.
Oh, it'd be fun to watch. Don't care. Yeah, no, it'd be fun.
Tassos, what are you talking about? If we have the Crevier Vlasic first pairing out,
if we have the Twin Towers out there, it'll be good.
We're going to be just fine.
Yeah. They're all going to be -5s every night.
Hey, it'll at least still be fun, unlike last year.
Yeah. Are these games going to be more fun?
I think
yes. Are you kidding me? Dude, we're going to be watching a roster full of real Blackhawks all season. There's going to be growing pains, as there always will be, of a young team, but you're going to watch a true ascension of a squad here. I think that's a really satisfying thing to see. Yeah.
We're getting a full 82 of Frank Nazar. I would assume Sam Renzel is going to play the entire season.
He'll be a Calder threat.
I don't want to see Levshinov or Renzel in the AHL at all next year. Keep him in the NHL. Let him play the whole season. I want to see Vlasic, Renzel together. Put Levshinov with whoever. Give all of them opportunities on the first power play unit. It's going to be so much more fun.
Somebody in the chat, unknown boy, is saying Dickinson's walking the sauce. No, Dickinson's got another year left in his contract. So, yeah, we're stuck with Dickinson for another year. But I guess you need somebody to win face-offs in the bottom 6. So, but yeah, one more year of Dickinson.
Yeah, and another reason to get rid of Veleno, because it's like if Dickinson comes back,
he does what he does.
Dickinson should be your fourth line center.
Yeah, the only reason Veleno was playing was because, and probably the only reason we acquired him is because of Dickinson's season-ending injury last year.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, good point. Yeah. Just down the middle from 1 to 4.
Betsy, Nazar, Moore, Dickinson.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that'll work. That'll do. I like that top 9 a lot, actually. Yeah, I do think Betsy Nazar will be the 1 and 2. That's Davidson says they both see him as centers, so that's going to be your 1-2. Yeah,
exactly.
I will admit, everyone is going to, if you got Betsy, Nazar, Moore down the middle, I think everyone's going to be talking about the size of those fellas.
They're not 6 feet. Oh, you're not going to win with these sub 6 feet players.
There is some validity to it, and that's why I'm so excited for this year, is because we're gonna find out. Hey, maybe that's true. Maybe having these 3 guys be your 1, 2, 3 is just not good enough because of their size. That might be the case. Maybe they get beaten up at the face-off dot. Maybe they struggle defensively. We still have to find all that out, though, because we don't have a big enough sample size with this group, with some of these young centermen. So this year it's going to be. Was it Charlie Romeliotis? One guest said that this next year is going to be what we thought this year.
Yes, that was Romeliotis. I think exactly. Well, I think the reason we kind of jumped the gun last year is we didn't really take into account that this roster last year really didn't have a ton of real Blackhawks on it. End of the year it did, March, April, and we're going to be seeing that Blackhawks squad the whole season next year. So I see no reason why this team can't make that jump and be 75, 80 point range and see that development of these young guys. I think it's going to be a lot more fun because even when you're losing and maybe not playing the best hockey, but at least you're watching these kids grow,
And they're having fun out there and all that. And honestly, with all of this stuff that's been happening in the off season, I personally have such a renewed sense of hope, and I have a feeling things are going to be looking up. If you had asked me at the end of last season, last game, like how hopeful are you? Like, are they gonna start looking up? I would be like, I am praying that it gets better. But now I can confidently like say like things are looking up here in Duloc. Like it's so good, and I'm so excited to watch hockey next season. But I'm kind of interested. Do we think we're going to see a little bit more of Kevin Korchinski?
That's the thing. I look at that deal. I don't really know what his deal.
I think he's going to get traded.
You think he's the Reichel of the defense?
Yeah.
I don't really know because like I look at him, it's like I think both Artie and Renzel are more NHL ready than he is. Like he might have to start the year at Rockford again, which that's not really ideal. I know it did play better.
He's not ready for the NHL yet.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't know. Like he did look better in the Calder Cup playoffs, but there are also some plays where it's like, of Korchinski will make that odd play every game where it's like, what the hell are you doing there? So he has all the talent, but it's like I just don't know if he's a true like defenseman, man. He just makes so much mistakes out there. So he has a long way to go. He's young, he could still get there. But yeah, I don't know if he's going to start the year at the Hawks next year. We'll see. What his offseason routine and what he looks like in training camp, preseason, and all that. But that he's a mystery. Korchinski is a mystery. I would say if we make a trade, especially on draft day, to move up or something like that, I wouldn't shock me if he was involved in one of those packages or something. Yeah.
No, for sure. That's a good point.
I think it was his birthday this weekend.
It was.
And the Hawks.
He's 21 now, yeah.
I don't think the...
Rockford did.
Well, I'm just
Rockford posted him.
I can take him out now. No, but I don't know. So Rockford posted something for him?
Yes, Rockford did post a birthday graphic for him.
And no Blackhawks?
Well, I mean, when was the last time the Blackhawks actually posted a birthday graphic? I can't remember.
They do those all the time.
They did one for Reichel last year. I know that.
They forget his birthday this year?
Yeah, maybe.
No, I think they
Or
posted something on his story.
Okay.
Or maybe they're just not gonna, they're not cranking out the graphics because they know he's gonna be off the team in a week and a half.
Oh, yeah, that could be it, man. You think the social media team is the real insiders here, man? Yeah.
I think we just have to wait to see until July 17th if they post something for Bedsy.
Yeah.
But Betsy's gonna get something.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah, if the Hawks don't post something, I will. Yeah, I'll make sure of that. Yeah.
Someone in chat said you can't give up on young defensemen. You can, and you're going to have to, unfortunately. With how many you have, you are going to have to give up on some young defensemen. That's kind of the situation the Blackhawks have found themselves in with how many young defensive prospects they have. They're not going to keep these kids in the AHL until they're 29 years old.
I also don't know why everybody's saying, I know the popular saying is you can't have enough young defensemen, but it's like there's slots for 7 young defensemen. We have 10, so I think we do have more than enough here, but what do I know? Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. I'm excited for the draft this week.
Oh, yeah, really excited. It is draft week. I can't believe draft day is Friday, man, and Saturday. Lot to look forward to there. I mean, definitely the rumor mill is going crazy there. It wouldn't shock me. There's been a lot of people saying that there's a trade. It wouldn't be surprising if the Hawks were one of those teams that were involved. So, lot to ponder there for sure. Yeah.
I wish the draft was sooner.
You don't want to wait all week?
No. What?
Yeah.
What are we going to talk about all week?
I don't know. There's no playoffs. So.
If anybody has any suggestions for games we can play on the show or fun things you'd like to see us do, this producer cam can also be an out in the world cam too. We've talked about a little bit, as long as whoever is able to join from Zoom, which most anybody can do on their phone nowadays. So if you have any recommendations of stupid stuff you'd like to see us do or talk about or play, let us know.
I actually got a Hawks thing here. This is definitely Delulu land, but I think we'd be remiss if we didn't mention this. Pierre LeBrun did tweet on Saturday that if McDavid was to move and leave the Oilers, which I don't think he will, but let's just say he did, that the Hawks are one of 4 teams that he connected them to. I think the other ones were the Kings, the Stars, and I forget the other one, but
the Rangers.
The Rangers, yeah. What do y'all think about that?
The Stars are definitely going to be able to sign Connor McDavid to a $15 million contract right now. I saw that and I was like, what is he waffling about? The Stars? Yeah, I didn't. I looked at that and thought about it for maybe 5 seconds, and then I saw that he included the Stars in there, and I was like, this is just not possible unless Connor McDavid signed with the Dallas Stars for $2 million. So, they'd have to trade
Robertson
and Rantanen or have
Wyatt
somebody
Johnston.
take that Sagan contract.
Trade Robertson and Hintz.
I think that's probably the logic from Kyle for not doing much this offseason, being quieter. Save that cap space for next year, right? Yeah.
It is a pretty loaded 2026 free agency class. I will say that.
Yeah, it's not just McDavid, right? It's guys like Eichel and Kaprizov, etc. It's a loaded class. I mean, will all those guys be available? Probably not, but I think maybe one of them will be.
So
Kaprizov.
I was watching Pardon My Take on Friday, and they brought up the notion of Connor McDavid coming to Chicago, and PFT commenter of Pardon My Take personally said that if Connor McDavid signed in Chicago, that he would personally pay for a ice cream truck to stand outside his house to give him ice cream whenever he wants. What on behalf of CHR would we give Connor McDavid if he signed here?
A couple of my cousins that I don't really like.
Like what? Yeah. What can we offer? What can we offer Connor? I don't know that we could afford the ice cream truck 24/7.
Maybe like a $50 gift card to like one of these deep dish pizza places or Portillo's.
Take them out to Illuminati's. Yeah. Try the deep dish out. But what's gonna interest Connor though? I don't know if I have anything that Connor McDavid's gonna be like, oh yeah, that's gonna move the needle there.
I bet he would love this studded United States American flag hat. I can offer him that.
Stop.
I'll do laundry for him. I'll
walk his. Does he have a dog? I'll walk his dog.
Chores. I'll do chores.
We'll give you one free subscription to Chicago Hockey Radio too.
There we go. For his first family and all that.
Free sub.
Yeah, there you go.
Free guest appearance too.
Of course,
obviously.
he can come on whenever he wants. Yeah.
Open time slot whenever you'd like.
Bioc Beams. I'll do at least one glazed post a day.
There you go.
I can
I
offer him
would
that.
perform like a court jester at his house every day if you wanted me to. I would cut off my left hand for Connor McDavid, but
I perform rituals again in Chicago.
For sure. Get him an Italian beef dipped from Portillo's.
Oh, hell
Extra
yeah.
Jardiniere. Oh.
Yes, get him some Super Dog.
Oh,
I
Super
think
Dog.
we could
Yeah,
commit
there we
to
go.
buying Connor one Italian beef a week.
Yes.
I like that.
One beef a week for every week you're
by
here.
the way, Portillo's clears Super Dog. I know that's going to upset you guys, but I'm taking Portillo's over Super Dog.
I mean, it's two different things. You don't get Italian beefs at Superdog.
I think the hot dog from Super Dog clears though.
Yes, I would agree
I
with
think
that.
Portillo's
There's
has
not
more
enough
to
going
offer.
on. It's just those like big ass peppers on them. And they're just,
They're delicious, man.
all right.
The green tomatoes.
We
love
got
'em.
McDavid settle this. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah. Once
Yeah.
he's on the pod, of course.
of course,
You know,
for sure.
He's got to.
Yeah, I'm sure Connor McDavid would be all over coming on Chicago Hockey Radio.
I mean, who wouldn't, honestly?
I think that'd be the first thing you do when he gets here. Yeah.
Right. He's like, I want these guys.
He's
Yes,
like,
sir.
this is a tough time for me and my family. We're trying to come to the right decision here. I love the people of Edmonton, but before I make any sort of contract decision, I'm going to have to go on Chicago Hockey Radio and talk to the boys for a bit before.
You know what, Connor? Feel free to come on to break that you're coming to Chicago. Come on and we can break the news together. We'll break
Absolutely.
We can do like
That'd
a
be even better.
LeBron decision type video. That'd be awesome.
McDavid, the decision. Oh, I like that.
Speaking on level of delusion, should I share my draft take that I thought of
Oh,
this
boy.
weekend?
Yes.
Here we
Oh my
go.
gosh.
All
yes.
right,
I've been
all
waiting
right.
for this.
Oh, boy.
Yes. So my big thing, I was big into the NFL draft a couple of years ago, working in college football. In 2023, the Arizona Cardinals had the 3rd overall pick in the draft. They traded from 3 to 12, and I believe they got 12. They got an extra first rounder, and they got a second rounder as well. They packaged that second rounder to move back up to 6. With a trade with the Lions. So they traded first with the Houston Texans. The Houston Texans got Will Anderson, and then they traded up from 12 to 6 with the Lions in order to select Paris Johnson. I think that there is a sliver of me that woke up on Saturday morning thinking that Kyle Davidson can do the exact same thing.
In what fashion?
In what fashion? They trade down from 3 to 11. And this all depends upon if the Rangers take the pick or if the Rangers give the pick to the Penguins. I say that if the Rangers give the pick to the Penguins, it would be 3 for 11 and 12. And then you move up from 12 to, let's say, 6 or 7.
Why?
What are you getting? What are you getting when you move back to 12? And then what are you giving up when you move back up to 6?
Yeah.
So when you're trading 3 back to 11 and 12, and then you might add some filler in there. Like, let's say, are the Penguins really sold on Rutger McGroarty?
Oh.
Okay.
So you get those 3 assets, and then you move 12 and 34, maybe, another mid-round pick up to 6 or 7, because both, I've heard that the Bruins are shopping their pick at 7. I don't know. What do you guys think about that?
I'm like trying to solve math equations in my head right now. Well, McGroarty's already been shipped from Winnipeg to Pittsburgh. I think they're going to ship him again. Like,
I like the reason why I like it is because I want to see movement specifically from the Blackhawks in the draft this weekend. I just like talking to like all these people, Stephen Ellis, etc. Like they all scoff at us every time we suggest the 3rd overall pick getting traded, let alone it happening twice. I just like.
I think this move is something you do, like if the Hawks were set on somebody like a Denoy and you don't want to take him at 3 because that just doesn't make sense to take him at 3, then you trade down, get some extra value, then take him at like 6 or 9, wherever they would trade down.
Yeah, if some guy like Denoy, Martone, or Higgins.
Too.
Yeah, absolutely. Trying to get assets, and then at 12, you look to...
I would rather do like Buffalo's picking at 9, correct?
Correct.
Get JJ Peterka for the 3rd overall. Swap 3 and 9. They give us Peterka. Then you package the rest of your futures. Yeah, sure, you could throw Reichel in there, and then you package like a bunch of other picks and move back up. Like that something like that would be sick. I don't know if I'd want to move back and then go back up and like the whole gamble, the whole risk.
Yeah, because you don't even know if they're going to accept those trades.
If all this movement is for Rutger McGroarty, I don't know if I.
Yeah, no, I don't. You have to make multiple trades here. Then what if you could screw it the second time? Then you're not even going to get the Frundell, Denoy, whoever it is you're trading down for. I would do it. I would do it if it was like a Peterka type player. I wouldn't do it for Rutger McGroarty. If we're trading down, you got to get some or train the pick in general and not to move up. Then it better be for like an established like guy like that. I agree.
Yeah. I mean, it's a level of delusion. I think we all just are waiting for Friday to happen. I just thought, I was looking at the Cardinals. Something popped up on my Instagram. I'm like, can Kyle Davidson figure out something like this?
Idea. I do think we also have to bring this up. We were listening to 32 Thoughts before we started today, and Friedman and a couple others, they don't seem convinced that Misa is necessarily like the
lock
pick
for 2.
The lock for 2. I mean, who knows? It could be a smokescreen. They've acknowledged that. This is the time of year we hear a lot of those types of different reports. Obviously, teams, GMs don't want to let you know what they're doing, but it's possible the Hawks don't even have to trade up for 2 or 1 and can get lucky and Misa drops a 3. You never know. I remember 2023 draft, for example, when the Hawks, obviously the Bedard draft, I think most people assumed that Fantilli would be the pick at 2, and he wasn't. He dropped a 3. So is it possible that we could see that again this year and we just get really lucky and somehow escape this draft, not having to make a trade and get Misa? I mean, I don't know. I'm just saying.
So right before the podcast started today, I was looking at Bob McKenzie's draft rankings, and he had Schaefer obviously at number 1, Misa at 2, but it wasn't a unanimous 2. There was one scout who had Frundell at 2.
There's definitely been some Frundell smoke.
And then at 3, Porter Martone.
Which I like that. I like if it's not Misa, I think Martone would be the guy.
It's not.
I just haven't. The Hawks just don't seem that high in him. Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't know why.
Yeah. I if Misa falls to 3, that would be perfect. I don't need to see any trade up. I don't need to see any trade down. If Misa's available at 3, you take it.
You take it and run with it.
Kyle Davidson would be sprinting to the podium if Misa's available. I mean, sprinting. Yeah. Like Usain Bolt. You wouldn't even see him.
Do you think he'd turn into the Flash and go from Chicago to LA within the 2 minutes that the pick is happening and just try and pick in LA instead of going to or staying decentralized in Chicago?
That's exactly what he'd do. Yeah, he'd use the, what's that contraption in Star Trek where you go in there and it takes you there? Yeah, that's what he'd be doing. Yeah. Yeah.
That is Star Trek talk brought to you by Chicago Hockey Radio.
Yeah, they know what I'm talking about. Yeah.
I still just feel like we've been getting all excited about this. We've talked about potential trade opportunities with this pick. We've talked about Misa countless times. I am just bracing myself for Frindell to be there at 3, and hopefully everybody that's super high on this kid, hopefully they're right and that he turns into a dominant player. Even all the experts that I hear talk about this kid, like he's not. They don't even talk about him like some like bona fide top 6 center. And so it's like, why are we talking about this kid at 2 if he's not going to play the center position that high? Like, are you really going to take a winger? Are you really going to take a winger over James Higgins at, like that doesn't make sense to me. Like, I don't know.
And I feel like in many ways, besides the fact that he's sub 6 feet, like I feel like Higgins in many ways is like the type of player that would work well in this system, like KD's type. It's just maybe he looks at him and like looks at a guy like Nazar and thinks he already kind of has a guy like that, so he's kind of trying to fill more of a more player diversity on this roster. I'm not really sure, but I just don't like overthinking at 3, and it's exactly what we're doing once again. So again, a lot of these questions that we've had, they'll be answered finally. No more speculation, no more talk. We'll get an answer Friday, and we will be live streaming that first round. So if you want to see me and Lee and Co lose our minds, or have a jubilant celebration, definitely tune in Friday. We'll have more time to talk about this week too.
There is a chance I am not there for the stream on Friday because
I'm sorry to hear that.
I was scheduled to work.
Well, that actually might be a good thing for you. Might we'll see depending on what happens. Yeah,
pulling my hair out. Yeah, we'll see. I'll try to get off so that I can be here for that. But
okay, yeah.
There you
go. Okay. I'm. Now, what do you guys want to talk? Should we get into some of this NHL news?
I think one more.
Can we
Hawks
circle back?
thing.
No, one more Hawks thing. You first. You first.
Well, I'd say it's not just a Hawks thing. We could talk about this. Is something we'd also talk about in the NHL Hour, and we'll definitely talk about this more on Wednesday. But the Hall of Fame inductions for the class of 2025 are tomorrow, I believe, 3 Eastern time. So
Correct.
look around 2 Central and know. But I would reckon I'd be surprised if Duncan Keith wasn't in there. I mean, you gotta think that's a guy that's going to be in that list. So we'll look out for that, and that'd be pretty sick. I mean, I think he'd be the second member of that Hawks core to be inducted. So we look forward to that.
Should we be the first to congratulate Duncan Keith on being inducted into the Hockey Hall of Fame?
Yes, sir.
Let's be the first. Congrats, Duncan.
Congratulations,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Duncan Keith, for being inducted in the Hockey Hall of Fame.
We'll definitely have a post for you tomorrow. Yeah,
We're first.
absolutely.
Okay. Cool. What do you guys want to do? Mount Rushmore?
Yeah, I'd say
Yeah, we can have
probably
Rushmore.
been about an hour, right? Probably break the Mount Rushmore.
It has not been an hour.
Oh, it hasn't?
No,
Oh,
no,
okay.
it's been.
We're getting
yeah,
close.
Yeah, it actually has been. Oh, jeez.
Yeah,
getting close.
Yeah. Mount Rushmore break.
Mount Rushmore break. Let's
Okay.
do it.
Sounds
Cool.
like a break. All right.
Mount Rushmore of rookie seasons.
All right.
It's Mount Rushmore time. Welcome back, everybody. And this time we have the Mount Rushmore of rookie seasons in the National Hockey League. Plenty to choose from. Probably a lot of good ones will get left off the board as well. All right. First pick, Team Chat GPT.
Yeah, what they got?
Tim, you can take the honors with this one.
They're going to mess us up.
Wayne Hudson.
I think 1-1, we're going to take Teemu Solane.
Ah.
132 points. Fuck you guys.
76 goals. Just a dreadful pick.
Yeah.
You can't blame us for expecting that you weren't going to do that.
What, you wanted us to pick like Steve Larmer instead?
Well, no, I didn't think you were, I don't know.
Got it right. You gotta give him credit. Yeah.
Didn't think we had the brain power there.
Hey,
We
sometimes
were
the obvious
skeptical.
answer
We were
is
skeptical.
not always the one. Well, okay. I'm glad you took the obvious one. Man, there's a lot of good
Solani
ones.
could have been a good. Technically, you could call him a one-hit wonder. No other 76
Yeah.
goal seasons.
Yeah.
Yeah, an okay career. Yeah.
Yeah, not bad.
Yeah. All right.
They probably thought he was going to be, can you imagine?
Like the next
back then?
Gretzky. Like
Yeah.
he literally put up identical, like
76
130
goals.
plus points.
It's like, what the fuck? This is going to be the best player ever.
Yeah, like he a Hall of Famer, but like 1,457 points, but not not among the best of the crowd.
Yeah. If he was
Yeah.
regularly putting up 70 goal seasons,
He never had another
he'd be-
season where he was
he'd
like
be
one of the best in
regarded
the
as
league.
GOAT,
Like,
you know?
yeah. 9,800 guy.
I'm going to take Alex Ovechkin, third highest point total amongst rookies in a season in history. So 52 goals, 106 points. Give me Ovi.
Is it me or Lee?
It is Lee.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I'm picking third again? Oh, no. This is my first time picking third. Sorry, I'm a little slow
He's
today.
tweaking. Yeah, that's all right.
I'm going to go with Wayne Gretzky's rookie season.
What are you doing?
137 points.
What a terrible pick by Lee, man.
Yeah,
So on the official NHL record list, it does not come up.
You're gonna bring up the WHA argument?
Well, no, this is I'm looking. This is the NHL record book right here. This
Well,
is the
they-
NHL
they-
record book.
yeah.
So this is the list of skater records, most points, rookie, season. So Right here. See? Most
Yeah,
points.
well, you can take his WHA.
So-
He's still at 100 points. I don't know.
But that is, Wayne Gretzky wasn't drafted in the NHL, so they don't count that. I'll count it, but they don't count that.
Gotcha.
That is not on the list. Teemu Solani's 132 points in his rookie year are the most in a rookie NHL season.
Okay, all right.
Put it on the
According-
graphic.
Yeah, it's Wayne Gretzky. People are gonna vote. Probably the best rookie season of somebody who didn't win the Calder because he happened to be, Ovechkin versus Sid the Kid, Sidney Crosby. Yeah, 100 points, 102 points, something like that. Yeah, that's a fair pick, I think.
5th on this list
Really?
of highest scoring seasons by a rookie.
Wow. Well, I guess I'll stick with the Pens theme here. Lemieux wasn't taken, right?
No.
Yeah, and he also had pretty much identical numbers. I think he had 100 points his rookie year. So, yeah, Crosby and Lemieux, who played together, obviously, his first season. Yeah.
Sweet, I go again. I am going to take Tony Esposito's rookie season.
Like 15 shutouts or something.
Yeah, it was like, a ridiculous season. Calder. Give it to me, Tony Esposito. Blackhawks love.
The best Esposito.
I am going to take a Penguin, Justin, but probably not a Penguin that you think of when you think of great rookie seasons. But one of the all-time best rookie seasons in NHL history, Tom Barrasso. If you look that up, this Tom Barrasso went straight from high school to winning the Calder, winning the Vezina, and winning the Stanley Cup with the Pittsburgh Penguins as a rookie.
Rookie year.
And to do it straight from high school, he is the last goaltender to go straight from high school to the National Hockey
Where
League.
the hell was he playing high school?
When
crazy.
was this?
We can look this up.
Yeah. Might be the high school program of all time. Wow.
Probably happened in the 80s, I'd imagine.
Yeah. I
Tom
don't think you're going to see that
Barrasso.
today. It'd be like Renzel coming into play right away 2 years ago.
Yeah.
That goalie, that's even tougher. Like Shattuck St. Mary's or something. That's probably, I don't know.
Oh, wait. Hold on. I screwed up.
Uh-oh. None of that.
No. It's still Tom Barrasso's rookie season, but he wasn't with Pittsburgh. He was with Buffalo.
Oh, okay.
But he did win the Vezina and the Calder that year.
Yeah.
He was traded to Buffalo, or traded to Pittsburgh
And
later.
then he won the Cups. Yeah.
And then he won the Cups.
Yeah, fair enough.
What year was this?
This
In
was
the 80s sometime.
83, 84.
Yeah.
And he went from
Guys were-
Acton,
in the 80s.
Boxborough High School so he went from Massachusetts High School to the Buffalo Sabres the next year,
Straight to the show.
which is
Damn.
crazy as a
It's
goalie.
him. Wow. Don't
Tom
see that very
Barrasso.
often.
No.
Yeah, no. Don't think you'll ever see that again.
Yeah, no, definitely. That's one that'll never be broken.
There might be like high school age players playing,
kids
but
aren't
not
coming
from high
out.
school.
Kids
yeah.
aren't graduating
from
high
St.
school
Ignatius
and
College Prep
carrying,
or Loyola New Trier straight to the show. Yeah.
Especially as a goalie.
Yeah, even harder. Yeah.
Yeah, it's some 80s type beat.
Yeah.
All right, Raven and Tim.
With
Two
our
picks.
second pick, we're taking Peter Stastny.
Hmm.
And for our third pick, we will be taking Joe Juneau,
Okay.
6th on all-time rookie scoring list,
All right.
102 points.
Yeah, fair enough.
So it's back to me.
Macklin's
People are going to chirp me for this, but I actually am like thinking about it in my head, and I'm looking at another player, and this player popped into my head because of the comparison between the two of them. Give me Matt Murray, another Pittsburgh Penguins goalie that was actually with the Penguins when I am making this claim right now.
Oh, he did win a cup that year. Yeah.
Well, not only that, he actually won 2 cups as a rookie because he won the cup. He was called up at the end of that season when they won in 2016.
Right.
And 2017-8, he was still a rookie that year. So technically, by the time his rookie season was completed, Matt Murray was a 2-time Stanley Cup champion. So,
Wow, had to step up for Flower. Yeah.
So
Damn.
Matt Murray.
That's the 2-hit wonder, Matt Murray. Yeah. All right.
Is it my turn?
Yeah.
Mhm.
I am going to go with Artemi Panarin, 77 point
Yeah.
rookie season for the Chicago Blackhawks. Give me the bread, man.
Well, I want to thank you, Lee. You've just given me the perfect outlet here for these last two picks.
I know.
And you know exactly what I'm about to do, and I really appreciate you for giving me the assist there, the lob. Give me Kane and Bedard by last three and four picks, baby. Let's go. I win. I'm getting the votes. You know it.
I don't know, dude.
Kane and Bedard.
I know this is like time stamped, so but you lost today having Connor Bedard on your draft of all.
Well, I'm not
going to
lose this one. I'm not going to lose this one because I got Kane there too. Showtime. Let's go, baby.
Is it my final pick?
Mm-hmm.
I'll go with Mike Bossy's rookie year, 77-78.
Yeah. Best goal scorer of all time in terms of goals per game, I believe. His career cut short. Yeah. I think he failed to score 50 goals like once his whole career. It's crazy.
Beast.
Yeah. Mike Bossy. He was just bossing everyone around out there.
91 points, 53 goals.
Yeah.
Rookie year. Crazy.
Not too shabby.
There's so many good ones, and I don't know what I want to pick.
Brock
I
Faber.
kind of want to go another goalie here.
3 goalies.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to do it. Give me Ken Dryden. So that was the player that I was looking at when I originally picked Matt Murray, because when Matt Murray did what I had talked about earlier, they called it the Ken Dryden. You know, it was the Ken Dryden because Ken Dryden had gotten called up, went 6-0, won the Stanley Cup, and then the next year was dominant. 930 save percentage in the year 1971-72. Not too bad, Mr. Dryden, at all. So, yes, my draft concludes with 3 goalies.
Wow.
And Ovi.
Oh. Matty Beniers. The Calder Trophy winner of all time.
Matvey Michkov.
Dustin Wolf.
All right, finish her up, boys.
We are taking Steve Larmer.
Yeah. Well, you joked about taking him earlier. Now they take him. I like that.
Steve Larmer, 13th all-time in highest scoring seasons by a rookie at 90 points in 82-83.
Pretty solid.
Right in between Mike Bossy and Marion Stastny.
True.
And the highest Blackhawk
True.
of all time, yes.
Underrated Steve Larmer. I mean, the fact that his number isn't retired by the Blackhawks, just an absolute crime.
When did NHL stop letting rookies play so many games? Because, like, if you look at, like, McDavid and
like the
Makar,
25 thing?
Well, it's just
McDavid
like,
got hurt. his
Plus,
first
there's the
year.
age. There wasn't always the age thing, too. Like, Makarov won a Calder, and he was, like, in his 30s or something. Yeah. I don't know when that became a thing of, like, the 26 and the...
And then there's the lockout season with Kurto Kaprizov.
Right. Yeah, he was, like, 20. He was, like, Panarin's age. Plus Panarin had, like... That was, like, prime Patrick Kane he was playing with.
Panarin
so-
was like 25 when he was a rookie.
Yeah.
Sergei Makarov would have been a cool...
Yeah.
He was like 31 when he was a rookie. That's a cool one. Trying to think if Kenny Malkin had an awesome rookie season.
Taser.
Sergei Makarov, right here, number 16th on the list. He was 31 or something. He had 86 points in 80 games. Matt Barzal, sneaky, had a really good rookie season. He had 85 points in 82 games his rookie year.
The Stasnys.
Well, they were older by the time they had defected to Quebec, and yeah, so they weren't like, I don't think they were like 18 and 19.
How about the first NHL season when everybody was a rookie? Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
Dale Howardchuk.
I couldn't tell you
shout out.
who it was. Probably Howie Morenz or somebody. I don't know.
Dale Howardchuk was the only person
Probably
in the
some
top
plumber.
7 that was
Oh, I
not
thought
picked.
of Howard Chuck.
103 points, right in between Ovi and Sid.
Yeah.
All right.
Cool. That's it. Let's send it back on over to the show. We back?
We are
Is this
back.
on? We're back.
We back.
Second hour.
We are so back, chat.
Hello, we're
It's
back,
Monday?
department. I'd like to file a claim. Yeah, you got that. We're Barack.
We are Barack.
Did we get any like game or fun idea suggestions from anybody or anything? Or did anybody in chat put anything in there or no?
I
We
do
have
not
some
believe
stuff. We have
so.
some.
Should we
We
get
have
some
some
NHL
news. Yeah,
stuff out of the way first before we play the game?
Right.
Yeah.
What do you got?
We are about to play the game.
It's time to play the game. Doo-boo-boo. Yeah, hell yeah. What would like to start with, boys? Oh, how about the Bruins changing their logo?
And how about me actually having the logo on my T-shirt today? I did not plan this whatsoever, but the logo is on my T-shirt today. So
Yeah, the old school, like
It's a conspiracy.
90s looking Bruins logo. They're going back to that for some reason. Yeah, good for them.
I think it's a very good reason. I love this logo.
Yeah, you like it?
I love it. Yeah.
You prefer the modern speckled B?
I think the previous iteration, like the Happy Gilmore Bruins jerseys, are a lot better than the Patrice Bergeron
Maybe that's
jerseys.
what they're going for, because Happy Gilmore 2 is coming out. So
Hey,
like
there's
we're
a
going to bring
theory.
back the Happy Gilmore Bruins jerseys.
Yeah,
That
absolutely.
could be a marketing move there.
Absolute cinema.
Genius.
Genius.
Speaking of Bruins, or I guess former Bruins, what do you guys think the likelihood of Brad Marchand, who's been getting absolutely sloshed every single day? I love
That
seeing
guy's
it.
having fun.
You keep seeing videos of him pouring out water at the club. Such a menace move.
Did you see him like the players had to drag him out of like one of those clubs?
Yeah.
He was trying to go
He just
back in.
got-
It was like 5 o'clock in the morning.
I have I've been there. I have been Brad Marchand before. Trying to, as my friends are prying me away from the club.
Let me in.
so
Let
I-
me in.
Yeah.
Have you seen like the Connor McDavid who?
Oh yeah,
Love
shut
it.
down. Yeah.
Okay, so
Look, it was
again,
Gustav
That's a little
Forsling.
cringe.
You're hammered. You're hammered. Look.
it was Matthew Tkachuk who said
Yes,
it.
yes, it was
Yeah.
Matthew Tkachuk, because Gustav Forsling was on stage, and so he was like gonna give him the mic, and he was like, "Connor McDavid, who?" Because let's be honest, Gustav Forsling had Connor McDavid in his back fucking pocket.
Oh,
the
that's
entire-
what he was going
He had
for.
him in his
Blackhawks
back-
watching Gustav
Oh.
Forsling.
He had him in his back pocket the entire series, if we're being honest.
Okay. I thought he was just like shitting on him for no reason, but that's okay.
He was giving the microphone. Obviously, it's they're at 11 in Miami. It's probably 3 in the morning. They're hammered, and yeah, he's giving it the mic to Gustav Forsling, and he goes, "Connor McDavid, who?" and gives it to him. Dude, all these people losing their minds about the Florida Panthers. Oh my gosh, they turn into douches. They have no class. Like if maybe they showed some humility, this would be more impressive. It's like, shut up. I can't stand it. I can't stand it so much. It's like if you want all these guys, like if you just want it to be a humility fest after winning the Stanley Cup and just everyone being like, oh, our opponents were so good. It's like the NHL is never going to grow in past any other major sports. It's just going to be last forever. Or you could just have some people show personality and get people upset and talk shit. It's electricity. I love we're the double champs. We can do what the fuck we want. Like, we need that in this game. That's my piece on it.
Unknown boy in the chat. Okay, but also imagine you're sleeping in your house in Florida and your Ring doorbell rings at 5 a.m. and Alexander Barkov is standing outside the Stanley Cup. That was really cool.
That'd be like the coolest dream ever.
Also, I may have talked about this already on Friday, but he and Reinhardt's Instagram Live that night was absolute cinema. I was in there and made some funny comments. That was pretty entertaining.
then, got a little bit of
Matthew
traction.
Tkachuk was like tagging Summer Rae and trying to like put on Anton Lindell.
Oh yeah,
with
setting
Summer
him up.
Rae.
Yeah, well, because apparently like that was the only name that was popping up in Barkov's search bar or something. Yeah.
So we don't think it's weird at all.
What?
Like the slander against
Well, they
everybody
beat
else.
them back-to-back years. I mean, I think they've seen all the comments and stuff.
Like there was like the Sam Bennett one where he's like, "Oh, we know," and that to be like Leafs guy over here, but chips on the table, like he concussed Anthony Stolarz, who did not play the rest of that series. And he knows that that's like what people are talking about. Like when people reference Sam Bennett as like, there's been some other stuff, obviously, like the Marchand thing and,
Yeah, he also blatantly knocked out Brad Marchand, and Brad Marchand and Sam Bennett have been all over each other this entire celebration.
now
So
they've
it's
won
like,
a Stanley Cup together. It's a little different,
Yeah, it's I don't know, man.
If Brad Marchand goes to another team and Sam Bennett stays in Florida, and they play,
and they're gonna battle.
Yeah,
that's
they're
hockey. That's hockey, baby.
Well, Sam Bennett will concuss him. Is what he'll do. He'll concuss him.
I like those comments from Bennett. Like, obviously everybody's complaining about our dirty play and be like, I like to apologize to absolutely nobody. Quoting McGregor. They've just been quoting every pop culture reference. Like Bennett saying, I'm not leaving. Like quoting Wolf of Wall Street. They're just like me. Making all these references.
Just beat him. Just beat him. Then, like, what are we gonna do? Sit around? Oh, this guy injured this guy. It's like, dude, what? It's the game. It's hockey.
Well,
like that's
time to play the game.
I don't know. Elbowing a goalie in the back of the head is
still
not
salty about that.
Well, it changed. The Leafs were up 2-0 in that series.
Nothing play. It was
but that's not true though. Like that's I'm just saying.
Think the Leafs would have won that series?
There are some people out there that do think it's cringe. I'm probably on like the 10% cringe meter.
It's a little bit.
I guess
it's a little cringe. I do see that.
I'm on the side of if you're getting upset about this, about the way they're celebrating, about the things that they're saying. I think it is the definition of loser talk.
No, you're mistaking thinking it's a little cringe for the people that are like, this is a disgrace. You know what I mean? Like that's a bit much, but. It is a little cringe. Like, Paul Maurice is a little cringe. I do think he's the best coach in hockey. Is he a bit of an egomaniac? Sure. Absolutely. Yeah. I think, you partly have to be to, like, be that level of successful in your profession.
Like Cooper's kind of like that, too.
But at the same time, too, it like, I don't know, man.
I think
it's a little much.
I think I think a lot of things are cringe. Am I just gonna
like the handshake line stuff with Paul Maurice is like that was ridiculous.
You know what I think is cringe?
That was ridiculous.
That's unrelated, but that's stupid.
No, but it's all like But you know what he did? Like he tried when the Stanley Cup was handed out. I don't think we talked about this. When the Stanley Cup was handed out, he tried to get Chris Knobloch to not go in the handshake line.
Okay, that's
and Chris Knobloch. Go look this up. This clip is out there.
I think
Chris
that's
Knobloch
stupid.
totally looked away and went straight for the handshake line. Like was like, I'm not letting you tell me like you're not big dogging me right now. Yeah. Like I'm going into this handshake line. Like I'm the head coach of the hockey team. And you know what Paul Maurice did? He went right into the handshake line, dude.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, because I don't think he actually cared. Like,
it's just. Yeah, I don't know.
You know what I think was cringe? The Florida Panthers tweeting something like the quotes that the Panthers have no fans, then like showing a picture of the parade. Meanwhile, it's just the most blah average like parade attendance ever. I mean, maybe 400,000. They not like us. The Hawks.
No,
parades,
you know what?
They draw over 2 million people.
Can I be honest?
You just cut me off, dude.
Sorry. Continue.
I was just gonna say, like the Hawks would draw over 2 million people to those cup parades, and just not on our level, I guess. Yeah. But anyway, you can make your point.
It'll just like, of course they're not. Like it's the Blackhawks are an Original Six franchise. It's a way bigger city. Like, of course not.
As somebody that even like I grew up there, like a lot of my friends are Panthers fans. Like that was a lot of I have friends with like season ticket holders and guys who work with the team, like are close with the team and close with the organization, and I had a lot of friends and guys I played hockey with growing up, like at the parade yesterday. So it is good to see. Like I'm just saying it is like. I've always wanted success for the Panthers. There were days where I never thought I would see it with that organization, like they are top to bottom the class of the NHL, right? I heard Aaron Ekblad talking in his media availability, like his end of like locker room clean out. And he was like, this is only getting better. He's like, people don't really realize that like this hasn't reached its peak yet. Like it's still on an upward trajectory. Yeah. And that may or may not be true. I think they're going to like be a worse team next year for sure. And
maybe he's meaning like the culture of hockey in Florida, like that's only on the rise. Maybe.
Like I love that. Like there are guys from South Florida that play in the NHL currently, like Chikrin and Duhaime, and I guess we can kind of claim the Zegrases, even though the Hughes, not really. Yeah, man. I don't know. It's good for hockey. I did want to pose the other side of things where it's like, yeah, some people are like,
no. I'm that's my take on it though. Is like people are like clowning them for like there not being like as many people there at the parade as there are. It's like, of course not. It's South.
There were
Florida.
more than last year.
Like there were, like growing up, like in watching this Blackhawks team, like in 2013 when the Blackhawks would play the Florida Panthers, there would be more Blackhawks fans in the stadium than there were Florida Panthers Panthers fan. So
Right.
it's like, if you want to grow the game, you're gonna need other markets to succeed. And we saw like all playoffs long. I feel like the past couple of years, people like chirp the Panthers fans. They'll be like, oh, they're not as educated. They're not, and it's like, of course they're not. Like, how would the fans care as much in South Florida or be as educated as the fans in insert Canadian city? It's like, of course not. That stuff just like kind of like, that's cringe to me. Is like, oh, you guys aren't. It's like, dude, what? Of course not. Like,
Yeah, they're new to the
just-
game.
Yeah, they're so new.
Yeah,
You know,
that's
so
fair. That's fair.
I just when I see it, I'm like, let's go. Like this, the success in Tampa and in Sunrise is like, it's roping in an entire state into the sport, and I just think that's a great thing for everyone involved.
It's a testament to Florida, man, because when the Hawks were winning those cups, I mean, Florida, they were kind of a joke of a franchise, right? They've come a long way in 10 years. So, and it's good for the game, right? We've been kind of waiting for it, right? Some of those southern markets have taken longer than others, but you think winning 2 cups in back-to-back years, right? That's not going to go away, right? It's going to have an impact, obviously, on the amount of players playing hockey down there in Florida. It's going to grow the game there. So, will there be a tail-off effect when they're not winning? Probably, but I think they're going to be better off for it in the long run for sure. Yeah. And
also, it is always going to be hard to compete with Chicago and
Right.
the Blackhawks for as far as the parade's concerned. Like it's so sick here. Like it's like. It's not even just like the amount of fans. It's also just like the routes and like how cool the city. Like you're not gonna beat Chicago in the summer. Like
the reason I brought that up is I have a post ready today, kind of glazing some of those Hawks parades.
That's fire.
And, just on another level compared to pretty much any other. I mean, really, is there another NHL team that really has come close with cup parades?
Yeah.
In recent memory, I would say. So it's a question. Yeah.
Can I tie this into something we were talking about earlier?
Sure.
Connor McDavid possible landing destinations. I forgot where I heard this. Sorry for not being able to give credit to the idea. Tampa Bay.
That's one, Tampa?
I've heard that as
Tampa.
I forgot where I heard it, but I did hear it.
So we can lose to the Florida Panthers in the first round instead of the Stanley Cup final.
I don't know, dude. You have McDavid and Kucherov, and
I think McDavid would take that Tampa team over the top. Yeah, I think that would be the downfall of Florida, probably. Yeah,
that would be unreal.
Yeah, you'd McDavid on Tampa. That'd be a better team than McDavid on.
I don't think that's gonna happen though.
Yeah,
I don't know about that one. Yeah,
you never know.
You never know. Yeah, I think.
I just don't see. I don't see how he leaves.
Yeah, no.
I just feel like everything we've heard and like seen from him, like I just can't imagine he leaves.
Yeah, I think he probably stays a little at Edmonton, but until that extension gets done, there's gonna be a lot of talk around that. Yeah, there has been, especially Chiclet's been making a lot of rumors about that. So yeah,
because it would feed families,
I think it was Chiclets. Yeah, I think that was it. Yeah, I've seen a lot of McDavid Chiclets clips lately.
I think another thing with Tampa is. Can you even fit him in there? Like, I get that it's Connor McDavid. He's the best player in the world, but you're going to have to sacrifice someone like a Braden Point or a Jake Gensel if you were able to do this.
Yeah, you'd have to move a lot of chairs there. Yeah.
Which I think you would do.
Oh, I'd do that in a heartbeat.
Do anything for McDavid. I just said I would sacrifice family members for him, so I think you could spare Jake Gensel.
Yeah, no, you do whatever it takes. I think.
Would you? If McDavid was?
Oh no, I know what you're gonna ask. Oh no,
no. If McDavid wasn't gonna come to Chicago, would you rather him move, insert whatever team, or stay in Edmonton?
Oh no, just stay in Edmonton. If it's not the Hawks, I'd rather he just stay in Edmonton.
Yeah, stay there.
Yeah, no, I don't want to see him play for like the Leafs or something.
I definitely.
Tassos really wants to see that.
It's just me personally. I'd love to see him out of the Western Conference.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I think you're gonna have to deal with him at some point.
Yeah, but,
whether you like it or not.
I'd rather deal with him in early June than let's just say mid-May. That's just me personally.
The West is such a dude. If he moved to the East, he would go to the Stanley Cup final every single year for the next.
The West
decade.
is so much more of a gauntlet.
Yeah, the West is so much trickier.
And he's already doing that in the West over the last 2 years.
True. Yeah, it's just happening over in Florida.
Yeah. Now it's the East, and it's going to be way easier. Let's say if he goes to a Metro team like the Carolina Hurricanes.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, if he goes to the Hurricanes, he's at least going to the conference final every single year for the rest of that deal.
I think that would be terrible for the
league.
I
do think for McDavid, it would be smart to hold on that though, because I think that definitely does. You want to put a little bit of, I think Kevin brings up in the chat, you put some pressure on Bowman to kind of get this ship righted here and make the right moves to really make this a true cup contender. I can't just rely on this guy.
Yeah. You completely agree. And that's what they've done. Unfortunately, it's like, it's so easy to use those two almost as like a crutch because it's like we're still gonna get at least to the Western Conference Finals just with these two guys.
Exactly.
So it almost doesn't encourage Stan Bowman and co to like go out and make those aggressive moves.
Which,
but it's like
I'm not sure if this is good for Edmonton. If Stan Bowman's put under pressure, I mean, you don't know what kind of moves his idea of what the team might needs might be different than McDavid's. So, yeah, that could be an issue for them.
He needs Brandon Saad. That's all he needs.
That would be the most Bowman move. Bring back Brandon Saad. He loves his former players. Yeah.
I saw some Oiler fan tweeting about because the Islanders have thrown out the idea of they're kind of shopping Noah Dobson. They're testing out like what the trade market might look like for him. And some Oilers fan tweeted like if Bowman could make a Nurse or Skinner swap for Dobson or Sorokin, and I was just like,
you think
Stan Bowman's not doing
He's not that guy, pal. Trust me, he's not that guy. I think a lot of these Oilers fans are as familiar with Stan Bowman's game compared to us Hawks fans who've lived through it. We know exactly what you're getting into there. Unfortunately, I don't think it's going to get better from there.
I will say, and I feel like we've admitted and we've talked about it before, if there was one thing that Stan Bowman was really good at and like actually helped the organization with, it was like these like the mid-season acquisitions where you're like you're adding to the group, like the Richards and the Vermettes and I'm trying to think
like
of,
deadline
who it
moves,
was in 2013.
Hanzus.
Yeah.
Like when you already have a loaded team, like making the right pieces to kind of push them over the edge.
Correct.
Where he struggles is contracts when it comes to the big core players, and that's what he's dealing with right now. So,
where he struggles is everything else.
Everything else, very hit or miss at drafting.
Well, I mean, even to bring that up after, 2016 when we brought in Fleischmann and Weiss, I mean, that ended up being traded for Philippe Deneau, who turned out to be a really good center in the league. I think he's, a very underrated center in this league. And Alexander Romanov is too, as well.
Yeah, and obviously he's eventually going to fumble it. We saw in the 2017 offseason. Right?
So after 2015, it's just been a roller coaster way downward.
You just never know when it's going to completely fall off a cliff of him.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Has that Trent Frederick extension officially happened yet or no?
We're still waiting on that. Yeah.
I think they're waiting on the start of the league year, maybe.
That I almost can't believe that's going to happen. Like maybe that was just like a faulty report. I think what would be Stan Bowman would be like overpaying for Bouchard and like a Frederick extension like that. Like that's the Stan Bowman we know.
8 years, $11 million for Evan Bouchard.
Give
that's
him
the Seth Jones specialty there. Give that to Edmonton.
Yeah, completely.
Yeah, we're just waiting on him to screw up. It's going to happen. Yeah.
And we will be there to make jokes about it.
Yeah, and hopefully his screw up leads to McDavid leaving for Chicago. Yeah, delusion.
Let's start the hype train now.
Might as well, right? Yeah.
All right, you guys want to talk some more? What are we doing?
Where do we want to go from here? Want to play that game?
What? Yeah, we have a couple of games.
I like that numbers game idea.
You want to do the numbers game first?
What's the other game?
Actually, I haven't heard the other game. What's the other one? I just thought there was one. Yeah.
Well, no, Nolan was gonna read through.
Let me
read
pull up,
through like I don't know, 30 or so UFAs, and we're all
predict their destination.
We're all gonna say a team.
Okay.
Let me pull this up real quick.
That we think they're gonna
play
go
the Jeopardy music.
Chicago. Blackhawks.
All right, so the first one we're gonna look after is Mitch Marner.
Vegas,
Carolina.
I say Los Angeles.
L.A.
Yeah, L.A.
That'd be hilarious, actually. Yeah. Just like Gretzky if he goes to the Kings.
Yes.
But this time it's the reverse, and he actually wins cups there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I want to see the Kings winning. No, I don't want to see that. Yeah.
I don't.
No.
Like
I just think it's a fun.
I hate this game already. No, I'm gonna say Chicago.
There you go.
Why not?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, part of me thinks I don't know why I think he might stay, but if I had to pick, I kind of agree with the Carolina one. I could see that.
Okay. All right. Second one doesn't get any better for you, Tassos. We're going to talk about John Tavares.
Toronto.
Yeah.
Wasn't there something where it's like they offered him a deal that was like is it going to be around $4 million?
I think it was like 3 by 4. Yeah.
That's quite a discount there.
Yeah.
Yes.
What it has to be.
Do you think he's going to take that?
It has to be.
If he wants to stay there.
Yeah, well, the thing is, I don't really know if it's not Toronto, where does he go? I guess I'll be boring and say Toronto, but honestly, I'm not really sure.
I mean, I would love him on the Hawks if we overpay for him. to fill that 2C role, if we think that Bedard and Nazer aren't our 1-2 centers, like.
But they do though. Davidson.
No,
said
they
he used
absolutely
them.
do. But like, just in case, just have a backup plan.
I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
If we're not gonna be going after Mitch, I don't know if John Tavares is gonna be like, yeah, let's do it.
I think John would be great here, but
Yeah, absolutely.
my pick is still Toronto.
I do ultimately think he does come back to Toronto. All right,
probably.
Next one,
Sweep 5 across the board.
Nikolai Ehlers.
Hawks.
Carolina.
I'd say Carolina too.
Got a big summer for the Canes.
Yeah, I said Carolina.
Marner and
How are they going to
Nikolai
fit in both Ehlers and Marner? How's that going to work?
I do think it's Carolina. If they strike out on Marner, I think Nikolai Ehlers makes a lot of sense for that top six.
I think for the Hawks, Ehlers like would be a perfect middle ground between like Sam Bennett, Mitch Marner, right? I think he'd be good top line wing with Bedsy. I like that.
Yeah. Next one.
So you're saying Hawks?
Hawks for Ehlers.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Next one, Mikhail Granlund.
I guess Stars. I guess they're gonna find a way to. They might be losing J-Rod, but yeah, I don't know.
I saw that they probably aren't going to be able to afford Granlund, but it's like, I don't know. What team do I think is really going to be starving for a 33-year-old Mikhail Granlund?
Montreal Canadiens.
Yeah.
I'm going to say.
Okay.
Abs. Gotta go with the Abs.
I think he'd be a pretty good fit in Toronto.
That's a no for me. That's a no for me if I'm Brad, but yeah.
Hey, you watch more Leafs than me, Tassos.
Who's next?
All right, next one. Number 88, Showtime, Patty Kane.
Detroit. He said he's re-upping. Like if you watch his end of season presser, it's gonna be Detroit.
Yeah. I agree.
No, you know what will be fun though? Winnipeg. That'll be fun. But no, not gonna happen.
He is like the antithesis of like the Winnipeg game would be Patrick.
Yeah,
Kane,
no, yeah,
like,
that's not. Yeah, no, Tays fit there. Kane is not. Yeah, Detroit.
Can I give a spicy one?
Oh God,
Why not? We're here for the takes.
Walk out this room.
The New York Rangers.
You think he's gonna go back there?
Maybe.
Yeah, I don't
Maybe. They could use him. They could use him. He was hurt the first time.
Yeah.
You know, like
I feel like he would have done it already. Like he would have done it last free agency.
I don't know. Now he want to play with DeBrincat, and he's got to
go back play Panarin more.
Yeah. Maybe they could use him.
I love Patrick Kane. I don't know if even he's moving the needle to New York.
Probably not. But
what would you guys say to him going back to his hometown, just like Jonathan Tays, and going to Buffalo?
He's not going to go to the Sabres. He's not going to go
if
to the Sabres.
Paterka leaves, doesn't that open up a top 6 spot for him?
Yeah,
he is not going back to Buffalo.
I'd rather watch him in Detroit than
honestly.
in Buffalo.
I like his connection with Cat. Hawks, no.
Yeah, I would wish. Part of me really wants to see him go to Toronto.
No.
I want to see him go to Toronto.
Stop feeding
so
into
bad.
Tassos' delusion.
I want him to go there so bad. I mean, like, come on. We need to get him on a team that's going to at least make a playoff push.
I see your point.
And Detroit I don't think they're going to do it. Maybe they'll prove me wrong, but, like, I want to see him go to a place where he at least has a chance.
Fair.
And
a first-round exit, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, hey, listen, it's the playoffs. As long as he makes the playoffs, I want to see him back in a playoff spot. But yeah, I mean, honestly, any team that will treat him well and get him to where he wants to be, that's where I would want nothing more. And I just don't think the Red Wings are gonna be that team. But I mean, I could tell that he's probably gonna re-sign with them. But yeah, I mean, I just want him to play some playoff hockey. I miss Showtime in the playoffs, and Showtime playoffs are
it's
different breed.
Cinema.
It's
something different.
Cinema.
Yeah, I miss it, man. I miss it. I mean, the fact the last 2 years he hasn't. So maybe third year's a charm Detroit, but yeah, I don't know. I'm not a big believer in the wiser plan. The wiser plan.
The wiser plan.
All right, we ready for the next one?
Yeah.
All right. My personal pick for Conn Smythe, Brad Marchand.
Florida. He's gonna stay in Florida.
I wouldn't be surprised if they somehow make it work, and then
wasn't he like
leaves.
doing the 4? He's thinking 4. He's 37 years old.
4 years.
Yeah, he was like holding up the hand there 4 more. Maybe he was just joking with a fan or something. I don't know, but I don't know. What surprised me, man? Yeah, I think Florida.
Could probably bring the cap hit down if you had a 4th year to that deal.
Yeah, just like Ryan Donato.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say the Colorado Avalanche.
Ooh.
I'm surprised you didn't say Toronto.
Yeah, no, I changed my answer. You're right.
That's the Maple Leafs offseason. They're just gonna get everybody.
I changed my answer.
For everybody.
I also think that Colorado has like 30 cents of spare cap right now.
Yeah.
I want to offer a little bit of a spicy one. He's already won his second cup. Why doesn't he go back to Boston?
You think he's going to go back there after they just shipped? No, he's not going to do that.
I mean, just a pure rental piece. I honestly think that could be something because, I mean, he's already got his home in Boston. Like, it was a bad breakup, but I do think that there might be some part of me that thinks that Don Sweeney.
He's not over his ex.
Yeah, exactly. He opens up the checkbook.
Spending time together.
They stink. They stink. They
he's not going back.
They just re-upped Mason Lowry 2 years, 2.3. Yeah. Like, they stink, dude. No, out on that.
Yeah, no, I'm not a fan.
It's gonna watch it happen now, and then Nolan's gonna be like, "I told you that."
It'll be just like the Habs the playoffs all over again.
Yeah.
We haven't talked about that enough since I've joined the job, so I gotta bring my quips in there.
Speak your truth, brother.
Hey,
You got a mic in front of you?
That's your truth.
yeah, it was my truth. Yeah, I
truth.
called it back. What was it? First week in March that the Habs are going to make the playoffs, and none of you guys at the live show believed me. So, in your faces. All right, next guy on the list. The actual.
What was that absurd trade proposal you were talking about last week that you were like, there's a 15% chance? What was that? I forgot what it was.
I don't remember that either. That was the Svechnikov one.
Rumors. Yeah,
from noted source, Ovi Clapbaum.
Hey, that's my guy, Ovi Clapbaum. All right. Let's go to the next one here. Sam Bennett, the actual Conn Smythe winner.
Florida.
I think they do make a way to get a Sam Reinhart type deal. I think I was looking at that. It was going to be like $7.5 million by 8 or something like that.
Yeah,
I'm not leaving.
It's crazy, but yeah, they're going to make it work.
That's insane. He could be making $10 million plus in the open market. He's going to take some, but why not though? Why not? 7.58, perfect place for him. He loves it there. Yeah.
No state tax, so it's
Yeah.
Let's talk more
That
about the
money's-
state tax. Yes.
that money's going longer.
Next guy on the list, Claude Giroux.
Drew.
What team needs like a veteran?
Montreal. We were just talking about the Habs. I think it makes perfect sense.
That makes sense. I could see that. I could see that.
Yeah.
But where does Montreal play him in the top? Are you going to play him on the second line?
I think you put him in as the second line center on that top six. Yes.
Think Ottawa doesn't find a way to re-up him or no?
I don't think they want to.
They don't want to. Yeah. I feel like he's been a good fit there too.
I think the guys love him in that room, but I feel like I've seen a couple of things on Twitter over the past few days.
And here's the thing, like, there will be teams next year that don't make the playoffs that made the playoffs this year, So I assume it's going to be one of Ottawa, Montreal that will not be returning to the dance next season.
Yeah. Washington.
Well, yeah.
That'd be quite a drop off.
That would be
insane.
That would be intense.
Honestly,
I'm here for the hot takes.
I said it now. Washington doesn't make the playoffs next year.
All right. Going on to the next guy, Brock Besser.
Minnesota.
I would agree with Minnesota. Is it hometown, right? Got connections there. Golden Gopher. I think that'd be nice there. If him and Kaprizov,
And
that'd
that's
be
what
nice.
they need. Yeah, that's what they need.
Just a pure sniper, pure goal scorer.
They need like another dangerous offensive threat because that team is good, man. And Kaprizov and Boldy are so talented. Like,
that'd be a good line.
I know that the Central's absolutely stacked, but like I like them this year. It was a shame what happened with Kaprizov's injury and Eriksson Ek's injury, but I think that team at full health, I think they could be a top 2 team in the Central this year.
Yeah.
I feel like he'd be able to utilize his full potential there, especially in that top line there, because he's kind of stuck being at 20-30. But I think he'd probably put 40 plus with Kaprizov. Yeah. That shot he has.
The Central is so loaded, man. It sucks.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's the top division hockey.
It's not close. It's not close.
I think it's between them and the Atlantic. I think the Atlantic also has a lot of firepower top to bottom. That's just my personal opinion, but I mean, you call it 1A, 1B.
I think we all agree that the Metro division is a true
Metro's
top
terrible.
dog of hockey, right?
I just even if you go down the list of the teams in the Atlantic, I don't think they stack up well against the teams in the Central.
Clears, bad news for the Hawks, but you do think as they make this ascension, though, some of those teams will drop off. So we'll see. Yeah.
My personal opinion, I think if they miss out on Marner, why not the Vegas Golden Knights?
Vegas Golden Knights for
Brock Besser. As a secondary scoring piece to Jack Eichel.
That does sound like a Vegas Golden Knights type of player.
Right.
They love those, second line, 30-30 guys.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sneaky good scorers.
Yeah, I could see that, actually.
North Dakota Fighting Hawk Brock Besser, not Minnesota Golden Gold for Brock Besser.
That's my bad. That's my bad. I knew but he's from Minnesota.
Yeah. All right, next guy on our list, Miami Red Hawk alum, love and honor, Riley Smith.
Riley Smith.
No idea for him.
Who needs a veteran in the middle six? Who's going to be a playoff team?
I think he should stay in Vegas on like a league men deal or like $1 million.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what I would do if I were him.
Yeah.
No, it's a good call. I mean, a 40-point winger for league men. That's how Vegas keeps rolling, right?
Yeah, and you know you're going back to the playoffs. Good tax situation again. Sorry, Nolan. You're in Vegas. You're comfortable there.
What are you apologizing to me for?
Because last time I brought up state tax, you said, "Oh, we're still talking about state tax."
Riley's, I don't know why. For some reason, I don't know if it's really makes sense, but he just sounds like a Vancouver guy to me. I have no idea why. Vancouver. I have no clue why. I have no logic to that one. It just sounds right. I could just picture it.
Yeah, fair enough. Next guy on the list, left-handed defenseman Matt Grzelcyk.
Matt Grzelcyk?
Yes, Matt Grzelcyk.
Lugano of the Swiss League.
Do we have some bigger names?
Yeah.
All right.
Matt Grzelcyk's gonna go.
I think this is going to have to get much more rapid fire if we're doing Matt Grzelcyk.
Well, here's the thing. I'm just going through Puckpedia and looking at...
What about Ekblad?
We were getting to Ekblad.
After Matt Grzelcyk?
Yeah,
No, I was going through filtering points.
Surely they gotta lose somebody, right? Are they gonna find a way to keep Ekblad too? I don't know. They seem pretty sentimental at the Cup parade there.
All right, then we'll go to Aaron Ekblad then.
Ekblad.
Toronto Maple Leafs.
That actually makes a lot of sense.
Chicago Blackhawks.
Blackhawks?
No.
If we trade Connor Murphy, if we trade Connor Murphy, I'd be all over Aaron Ekblad.
But then do you think for the development of the team, do you put Levshunov or Renzel on the third pair? Shelter him for 13, 14 minutes a night?
Because he has a right shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like you almost want a left shot more, especially if you don't know what Korchinski's going to be.
Yeah, you'd almost prefer that veteran, which is crazy. I think there's probably not another team in the league that would say that they'd prefer the left shot guy.
I know, it's so rare, right?
I think we are actually in that
Remember,
situation.
everyone's like, oh, yeah, the Hawks don't have the right shot, man. It's going to be a problem. Not looking like it now because, yes, we have already, but I think you all forgot about Renzel, too. So, yeah.
Oh, my big take on Aaron Ekblad, I am looking at the Anaheim Ducks.
The
Anaheim
I do love
Ducks.
those veterans there.
Yeah, exactly. And I think they still got a lot of cap space to fill, right? And do they really have a right shot defenseman that I'm missing about? Trouba and Gudas. I mean, that fit right in there in the veteran leadership with the left side of Mitnikov, Zellweger. Who else am I thinking about? I can't even think right now. Lacombe, Jackson Lacombe. What a breakout season from him.
They have a pretty similar situation there with the young decor and trying to assimilate the vets. Yeah.
Next guy on the list, because again, I'll just keep going down the Puckpedia list if you guys don't mind. Jonathan Drouin.
I feel like he's fit in well there in Colorado. Stay there. Yeah, stay there. There's no reason to leave.
I would not mind him on the left wing with Connor Bedard.
So you're the Tassos is the guy who says everybody's going to the Leafs. You're the guy who says everybody's going to go to the Hawks.
Who else have I said to the Hawks?
Maybe I feel like you've said a few.
We brought in Burakovsky. Like we gotta start.
No, there's
thinking about,
too much. There's not enough
you're
space
bringing
here.
it. You only have so many spots. Like you still have your Foligno, Mikheyev, Dickinson, Donato, Bertuzzi, Teravainen. Like where are these young kids?
And anybody else we bring into this four core has got to be like a bit of a more of a needle mover. I feel like I know Duran's,
no one.
Or no, I think Duran, like the Avs have kind of saved his career. Like I'd stay there. Yeah. He's got a good connection with good buddies with McKinnon, obviously, in juniors.
I mean, he put up really good point numbers last year. 37 points in 43 games.
I'd put up good numbers on that.
Yeah,
line.
I think he played a lot. McKinnon. I just don't know if he put up that same type of production here. I don't know.
All right, switching from Jonathan Drouin's former team, the Montreal Canadiens, Christian Dvorak.
Dvorak. He's an Illinois native, not St. Hawks, but I just know he's an Illinois native. Dvorak. I don't know. that just sounds like maybe like a Utah guy. I don't know.
Yeah, or like an Anaheim.
Yeah, like, Seattle, another middle six guy. They love their middle six forwards. There we go, Seattle Kraken. Christian. That is the most Seattle Kraken play. That was the first thought with the Burakovsky trade. Like, dude, Joe Veleno is the most Seattle Kraken player to ever exist. Just the dictionary definition. Man, no, it's a different player, but they can never. You can never have enough middle six forwards, as a Kraken like to say. So,
all right, I like the Kraken call. Tassos, you got anything on this?
Yeah.
No, nothing. I have nothing.
All right.
Nashville.
Yeah, why not Nashville?
Nashville.
I like that.
They'll stink. He'll
fit
right in.
Put him on a line with Eric Howla.
All right.
Absolute cinema.
Should
Tommy
I?
Novak. Round out that trio.
Paula DeForest.
Yeah, awesome trio.
That's gonna
the
fill us
line of all
there in
time.
Nashville.
The forward line of all time. All right, let's go to Vladislav Gavrikov.
Ooh, the New York Rangers.
I did hear the Rangers this morning. I think that is a really good fit.
You don't
for him.
think he just stays where he is?
I think it's 50-50. He either goes to the first biggest market in the league or he goes to the second biggest market in the league. American-wise.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I don't know. I'd probably say the same there. Yeah.
Rangers.
Yeah. They could use another piece back there.
I have no thoughts on Vladislav Gavrikov.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's go to another left-handed shot defenseman, Dmitry Orlov.
Dmitry Orlov.
I think he's gonna retire.
SK. He's going SK St. Petersburg.
Oh, is he actually going?
Yeah.
He's gonna go play wherever.
Russia?
Yeah. He's going to Russia.
KHL. Cooler
Okay.
Red Star. Yeah. Ni hao, ni hao.
Let's go to an intriguing piece from Orlov's former team, the Washington Capitals.
Oh, man.
Andrew Mangiapane.
Mangiapane.
The Leafs.
Flames legend. Mangiapane.
They should probably hold on to him.
Yeah, I was going to say, I feel like he's been a decent fit there.
But, like, is he due a raise in his cap?
Nah.
I mean,
how
he
much
earned
how much is he-
5.8 last year. I don't think it's a raise, but
God,
like
no, he should not be making more than 5.8. He didn't have 50 points, did he?
what did
he
he do last
had
year?
28 points.
Oh God! No! A raise? What are you're gonna fucking pay $7 million for a 20-point scorer? No, I
Stan
think
Bowman would do that. That's perfect Edmonton Oiler right there. Andrew Mangiapane. You can't. Yes, Stan Bowman. It'll be all over that.
That's a good shout.
That'll be one of those rotational guys
I got
for
a couple
Ryan
spicy
McDavid.
ones.
I would
Okay.
not
The
I got a
Victor
couple spicy
Arvidsson
ones.
I
to
would
the
not
Jets
be surprised if
Skinners.
we're going into the playoffs and it's like, yeah, we got Mangiapane in the top 6 for the Edmonton Oilers. And it's like, oh, this is
Yeah,
going
they'll
to go
take
well.
down Florida.
All right, I'm gonna name a couple players because we should only do a few more of these before we start getting unsubscribed by the hundreds. Corey Perry.
Whoever loses who's going to lose the cup next year? All right, let's see.
Edmonton.
You think?
Yeah.
You think he's-
Why would
I think he
leave?
retires.
I think he loves it.
He's
No,
playing
he's
next
got
year.
another year. He's got
Oh,
another
is he
year. He
actually-
said it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Edmonton, Leagueman. Why would he not? Why would he leave?
The Leafs. I'm
No.
saying it. I'm
Wait,
saying
wait,
it.
wait.
He's going to the Leafs.
I got it. He goes to Florida, and Florida loses the cup to Edmonton next year.
That would be unreal.
Yes. Yes. Florida Panther. Just like it happened with the Bolts. He played him 2 years, and then the year he went with the Bolts, they lost. Yes. That's
I
what's
got
gonna
another
happen.
one. I think
Florida.
maybe he goes back to Dallas with Dallas's cap
He
situation.
played Tampa, too, so he's played down in Florida before. Yes, Florida Panther, Corey Perry. Heard it here first.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Provorov.
Ivan
We did not
Provorov.
go after Provorov.
Does he just stay put there?
Maybe.
Columbus? Yeah.
The gaggle of Russians they have.
Yeah, I mean, surely you gotta.
Can't go back to Philadelphia with all those Russians now.
Yeah. I just say he stays put.
You know, just because of the situation of how they
Maybe
left each
him
other.
in Chicago.
Oh,
Left
finally,
side.
somebody noticed my sunburn. Yeah, I was at the Road America IndyCar race yesterday in
showed
100-degree
We were
heat.
deciding
So
whether to
this
chirp
angle.
Justin or not for this.
Oh yeah, that's a.
It's so gnarly.
There we go.
Yeah. So
I've got the next one, Tassos, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
Dante Fabra.
Where was he? Columbus.
He was in Columbus.
Yeah,
yes.
there.
Yeah.
You know, if the Hawks look to move on
Oh,
from
no.
Connor Murphy,
no more defense.
I would love Dante Fabra on that third pair. That's
no,
just me personally. I would love Dante Fabra.
No, I'd rather play Louis Crevier. I'd rather play
If
Louis
you're
Crevier.
bringing in a defenseman to this Blackhawks team, it better be like an elite defenseman.
Yeah, I
Because
don't wanna-
Otherwise, we need rosters.
I don't want veterans just for the
Ivan
sake
Provorov,
of veterans.
Ivan Provorov.
I
Left side.
don't think Ivan Provorov is
Maybe.
like,
He's solid. He's solid.
Him and Vlasic
I'd
on the
be
left
more-
side. That'd be good.
And then he is a left shot, right? Yeah. Yes, I think that'd make more sense. I prefer Ekblad, but the fact that he's a left shot. Yeah, maybe I consider that.
Any goalies?
Honestly, I don't
Yeah,
really think
we do have a couple
I think
goalies.
if Columbus is like willing to move off of someone, the Blackhawks should not be picking up said
I just
player.
don't think like defense is the area we really need to be addressing right now. Yeah,
Let's do one goalie and then we'll switch it
Okay.
up.
All right,
after.
so it's a toss up between one, but I'll go with this one. New Jersey Devil Jake Allen.
Jake Allen.
The Edmonton Oilers.
That's
Yeah,
a perfect.
that's a good one.
That's their fix. That's their fix to the goaltending. Jake
unironically-
Allen.
He'd be better than Stuart Skinner and Calvin Pickard.
He'd at least be like a backup fringe starter. I don't know.
He'd be a 1B somewhere.
Yeah.
Edmonton, that's a
now
good-
Edmonton doesn't
Edmonton.
have. They don't have like their one. I'm gonna say 1A, 1B. It's more like a 2A, 2B in Edmonton.
Yeah.
Now they're gonna have 3 of them. That are just
That's
like,
kind of what they
we're
need,
gonna
right? Just have
rotate
that
all 3 of
tandem.
them.
Yeah, exactly.
There's a lot of other free agency guys that are up, like Kuzmenko and Lindgren and
I didn't even
Jeff
get Kuzmenko.
Skinner.
Andre
We'll do all
Kuzmenko.
those. You know,
Yeah.
we'll see how all of that unfolds. Those guys aren't. You know, Kisperi Kapanen isn't really. You know,
Oh, we really got to dig in the weeds of Casper Kapanen's next destination. The world will be watching.
All right,
Right.
do we want to get to the other game? or-
Yeah, can we? I've been dying to play this game. I don't know how entertaining
Oh,
it's going to be
we're
for
doing both of
podcasting.
them. Oh, boy.
Yeah, let's do it.
Oh,
Let's do it
boy.
in the one on the show.
Ooh.
I've been wanting to do this game for a long time. We don't need to get to the end, obviously, but you know, I want
we'll
to
see if
try.
we can rapid
I want
fire.
to try and
Yeah.
get as far as we can.
Yeah, I think
with
you'd
it.
be good at
We're
this.
counting to 100.
We're counting. Well, we're technically counting to 99.
1,
you know.
2,
Yeah,
3,
99.
4.
Well, I think I'm trying to remember. Somebody could look this up. NHL executive to wear like 00. I think it was John Davidson. Could somebody look that up? But we don't need to do zero.
we
But
don't-
we're
yeah.
gonna go 1 to 99 basically
With player numbers.
of players who have worn a jersey. We just need one guy. I think we'll breeze through this until we get to certain
right,
numbers.
let's do it.
That,
And no
do it.
repeats, right? If you pick a certain player, you can't have him for like multiple numbers.
Tassos, you are correct on that 00. That was John Davidson.
No way. All right,
All right.
cool.
Number
Yeah,
one.
00 was John Davidson.
1, Max Verstappen.
Roberto Luongo. Roberto Luongo. That's
Duncan
one.
Keith.
Easy. 2, Duncan Keith.
is 2. Yeah.
3,
Pierre Palat.
awesome.
4,
4,
Chalmerson.
5.
Connor Murphy.
Connor Murphy.
Connor Murphy. Yeah. 6, Jake McCabe. 7,
okay.
Brent Seabrook.
8,
Dominic
Ovechkin.
Kubalik.
9,
Bobby Hall.
10,
Patrick Sharp.
Tony Amani.
11,
Taylor Radish.
Taylor Radish. 12,
Alex DeBrincat.
13,
Max Domi.
14.
Boris Kachuk.
Isn't Korchinski also 14?
Korchinski. Yes.
Boris Kachuk is way better though.
Yeah.
15?
Kachuk clears. 15.
Joey
there we go.
Right. 16. Dickinson.
Marcus
Mitch
Kruger.
Marner.
Lad.
Mitch Marner.
Okay.
All right, 17.
Felino.
18.
18. Oh, shit. 18. I can't think of an 18.
Didn't Ilya Kovalchuk wear 18?
I
somebody
thought he
fact
was
check that.
19.
18.
Uh,
Oh,
Ilya-
crap.
Marion Hossa wore 18 at one point.
Marion Hossa wore 18.
The reverse of 81.
Yeah.
When did he wear 18?
I believe he
need to
wore
know when.
18.
We have to pinpoint exactly.
We have
when.
to be
All right,
sure
let
of
me,
this.
Let me fact check this. All right.
I would think a host is 81 at the Hawks, unless he were 18 for a different club. 19, Jonathan Tays. We could wait
Hold
for
on,
that.
hold on, hold on. We can't.
Yeah.
We gotta wait. We gotta
Yeah.
wait for 18.
Yeah.
Dude. We gotta get
I reserved Jonathan Tays.
18.
All right. Marion Hossa wore 18 with the Atlanta Thrashers.
I was gonna
There we
say
go.
Thrashers.
All
I was
right,
gonna guess
cool.
Thrashers.
All right, 19
All right.
Tays, 20 Sod.
Sod.
21.
Makita,
22.
Jordan Tutu,
Awesome.
Ryan
23.
Khrushchev.
Khrushchev. 24.
Filled in up.
Nick Boynton.
20. Nick Boynton. Is that true?
I trust no one on that one. I trust no one.
I
Yeah.
have the 2010 Cup shirt, so yeah.
Okay. 25.
25.
Oh, Victor
Martinez.
Victor
Martinez.
Stolberg.
Martinez.
Victor
You're right.
Stolberg.
26.
26.
Michael Hanzus.
Hanzus. Yeah. 27.
27.
Lucas Reichel.
Yeah, there you go.
Johnny Oduya.
I prefer Reichel 27 versus 73, by the way. Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
All right. 28.
28. Oh, boy. 28. I can't think of a 28. Did Lafferty? Where Lafferty were? Was he
I
28?
think it might be
I think he wore
28.
I think Lafferty was
think
28.
Lafferty
Sam
was
Lafferty.
28.
Terrible number. 28.
Yeah, that's a loud. I agree. A lousy number. Oh, wait, Larmer. Steve Larmer were 28. There
Steve
we go.
Larmer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. 29 Fleury.
Brian
30.
Bickle.
Ray yeah, that's a good one.
Ray Emery.
There we go.
Yep.
31.
31. That's an odd one.
Carey Price.
Carey Price.
Ah.
Yeah. Easy. 32.
Jonathan Quick.
Jonathan Quick.
33 for Stappen.
Every
again.
goal.
Darling.
Dano Chara.
Scott Darling.
Yeah. A 34 was that?
Austin Matthews.
Matthews.
Yeah,
Diane,
that's
34,
regular
Walter
season
Payton.
views. Yeah.
35. Ilya Samsonov.
There we go.
Really, that's an interesting one.
David Bolin, 36.
Ah, good one.
Abel,
37.
37.
I can't think of a 37.
Patrice Bergeron.
Yeah.
Ah, yeah.
38.
Brandon Hagel.
Wow.
Hagel.
39.
39.
Oh, this is a.
That's a tough one.
We're gonna think of this.
We're gonna get it. 39.
I feel like there's a goaltender I'm thinking of with 39, but I can't think of his name.
There's definitely a 39 in my head, but I can't recall it.
39.
cheating.
Cooked.
No.
We can't cheat. No internet.
No,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, I guess that's
Only
the
if
point,
we
right?
have an answer and we got to fact check it. I think
39.
There's 225 players.
225?
225.
Wait, so you're looking right. Oh, but you're not
He's
participating.
Raven's not
Can we
playing.
get some hints here?
No.
rope hints.
39.
Some rope hints for the crew.
A goalie, maybe? Has there been, like... Did
Oh,
Cristobal
his
Huey wear
goalies love
39?
their-
Yes,
that
yes,
sounds
bang,
right.
bang.
You
There you
wait.
go.
You
Cristobal
wait
Huey.
39.
Can we...
What's his
Yeah.
last name? How do you spell it?
H-U-E-T.
The Frenchman.
Cristobal Huey is.
Yeah. Good shit.
Let's go.
All right, number 40 on the terms of.
Alexander Georgiev.
I was going to say Robin Leonard.
41, Craig Anderson.
42. Nolan Allen was
Gustav
42, right?
Forsling?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Forsling, yeah.
43.
Brandon Saab wore 43 before he wore 20.
Did he really?
Yeah, for like a
Oh,
couple
there you
games of hockey. You can fact check
That
that, but
counts. That
I'm
counts.
fairly, yeah.
44.
Oh, wait, but we've already done Saad. We've already done Saad. We've already done
yeah.
Saad. Yep, sorry.
yeah.
43. Different 43.
43.
Oh, that's an odd one. Oh, it is an odd one. Yeah. 43.
This is where it's going to get a little tricky.
I feel like the early numbers, like early and
175
late
people.
numbers are easy. The mid numbers are tough.
43.
Try not to look at chat because it might give it away.
Oh, we're not looking at chat here.
Oh, no chat. No L chat though. Oh, let me just close that.
Yeah, there you go.
43.
I can't think of 43. Can I reserve 44?
Raven, can you tell me how many people wore it this year?
Oh, that's a good.
Yeah, that's a good hint. This
Or is that
year?
not available?
That is available. Just give me a second. It's up to the chart.
43. That's such a weird number.
Yeah.
Who's picking 43?
Like a Swedish defenseman.
18 dudes wore 43 this year?
Oh, my.
A Swedish defenseman probably wore 43.
More than 70 games. One of them is very, very.
43?
Can we narrow it down a little bit?
43.
No,
Just
no,
obvious.
no, that was
Obvious,
narrowing it
an
down. That
obvious
was narrowing
player.
it down.
Oh, I mean, yeah, this is
40.
very easy.
43. Very easy. Obvious. So like a star player. Like a stud.
We've said the name on the podcast
Today? Have we said his name today?
Today.
Okay, somebody we talked about today.
Probably a Blackhawk.
No.
A Hawk?
No.
No.
43?
Who was 43? A free agent guy probably talked about? Was it a free agent guy we talked about?
No, stop asking questions. Let's figure it out.
We talked about him today.
Don't look at chat.
Yes, there technically was a Blackhawk on this list.
There was a Hawk who wore 43.
But I don't know if he wore number 43. He wears number 43 now.
Kaiser?
No, Kaiser's
Kaiser's
44.
44.
I reserve Kaiser
Okay.
44.
Well, it's 43 then.
Valid.
Who wore...
Valid.
We're never going to figure this out.
Phillips didn't wear... No, he was 70-something.
Can we just stick with... Can we just find somebody different for 20 and then do Saad 43?
We talked about him today. Who could it...
Who was a star player in the NHL that wears 43?
No, I thought...
TJ Brody?
No,
Oh.
no, Brody's like 70-something.
76. I believe.
76.
Burakovsky?
Wait, are we sure? I thought that sounded kind of right.
I think
At
he's...
least that's not on the list for this
I think he's
season.
53.
Forsing's 42, right?
Yeah, we used him
Yeah,
for
you said
42.
42.
We used
Yeah,
Forsling,
yeah.
yeah.
43?
Oh my God,
This is messed up.
This
Has he
sucks.
scored over or under 50 points this year?
Yeah, we need a
does it
little
have
more
that?
help here.
One of them did score. Two of them technically did score over 50 points. One of them got 40.
This year,
Yes.
44
Joel
points.
Farabee.
Nick Ehlers?
No.
Oh my God, Quinn
No.
Hughes.
Quinn Hughes.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Oh, dude.
Oh my God, that's
stink.
God, I think-
embarrassing.
Oh my gosh.
Jesus.
Oh my gosh.
43 for the Red Wings now.
Oh, I was thinking. Oh my God. Okay, 44.
That's
White
rough,
Kaiser.
y'all.
All right,
That's rough.
45. 45.
Did J.S. Shigeru wear 45?
Shiger.
We were going to have to... J.S. Shigeru?
Oh, Shiger. Yeah.
45.
Getting jiggy with it.
45 is a great number.
No. Settle down.
45.
It's a great number.
Oh man, this guy.
45. Definitely some goalie.
Yeah, that sounds like a goalie
Peter
number.
Budaj, did he wear 45?
I think Jonathan Bernier wore
Peter
45.
Budaj? Another goalie? Maybe not. 45.
45.
No, Budaj did not.
Jonathan Bernier?
Yeah, he did.
Bernier.
He definitely wore 45.
All right.
All right, 40.
Let's take his word for it.
46, Louis Crevier, right?
There,
there we go.
yeah, that sounds.
Isn't he?
Yeah.
47, Andre Kuzmenko.
Kuzmenko, the Kuzmeister.
Yeah.
Yeah, 40. My brain was working
Was
so
Crevier
well.
46?
I can't
Was
think
that
of
right?
I can't think of anything now.
Bernier? Yeah.
48. That should. I feel like that should be an easy one.
48?
That just sounds like a number you should know somebody. I can't think of one.
I can't believe
I'm
we
not.
sat on
I'm not a
43
numbers
for so
guy.
long.
I'm not a numbers guy.
130 all time in NHL.
Ooh, that's not a lot.
How many this year? That's not a lot.
48.
48.
We might be cooked on 48.
Yeah, I don't know.
20?
20 guys
were
this year?
48.
One of them had 75 games played. Another one had
How many?
73. Another one had
Games
It's the highest
played.
point total. Highest
Yeah,
point total.
points. Give us points here.
66.
66. 48.
Tomas Hurdle.
Tomas Hurdle. What a shout.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Hurdle. I love it.
I was gonna think you guys were getting, but Lane Hunted also.
Oh,
God. What a
Oh,
shout.
jeez.
I don't care. Tomas
Tomas
Hurdle.
Hurdle, yeah, that
All right, 49.
I can't think of it.
I reserve 50.
49 is a wild number, too.
49. The hell? Who the hell wears 49?
I want to take a shot here. Did
awesome.
Pavel Dorofeyev wear 49?
Raven, fact check police over there.
I feel like he's in the 30s.
What was his name?
Pavel Dorofeyev.
It's like DOR.
It's a hard one to spell.
It
Yeah.
should come up after those letters.
No, 49.
There's 11 from this year, 112 all time.
Did Mason Marchman wear 49? That just sounds like, that seems like a Mason Marchman number. God damn it.
Highest point total?
This year.
What database are you using?
Hockey reference.
Shout out Hockey Reference.
Shout out.
Highest point total from this year is going to be 51.
51 points.
51.
That's tough.
By a
There's
guy
lot
who
of
wore
50s.
49. Probably a defenseman, I imagine.
Wait a minute. No, not him. Did Eric Gustafson 49? No, I don't think that's right.
No, he wore 56.
56.
Oh, we can reserve that.
49?
49.
I can't think of him.
49.
Yeah, there's 3 on this list that have 70 games played. The rest have all under 10.
All right, I think we need to decide right now. We get 3 passes.
Right.
We got 3
okay.
passes.
I think we
and
get
then we can
3,
circle back.
3 numbers revealed to us.
All right.
Yeah,
Well,
what's
we'll
a
use
gimme?
Here. Can
Let's
you
use it
give us
here.
the biggest name on there.
Ivan Barbashev.
Okay, 50 Corey
We're
Crawford.
close.
50 Corey Crawford.
49.
Campbell, right? 52. 52.
52.
We got to power through now a little
52
bit.
is like got to be an easy.
Yeah.
My brain is mush.
52.
Does Sully have one?
No.
There's no way Sully.
Dude, who wears a linebacker
players
number in the
even know?
NHL?
Sully's probably on the phone over there.
Oh.
Yeah.
He's looking up stuff.
How many people?
Oh, there's a big one on here, boys.
Are we,
Big
There's
one?
a very big one, and I'm giving you
53?
a hint with big one.
We're on 52
Oh,
or
Big
53?
Buff.
52. Oh, we're on 53 or 52?
52. Big Buff.
Yeah, we're
Buffalo?
at 52. Buffalo?
Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
53? Jeff Skinner.
there we
Okay.
go.
Jeff Skinner.
54.
Brian Urlacher.
54.
Oh, this might be a tough one. 75 all time.
Ooh.
Trying to see.
I'm trying to think back. Like every Instagram editor from like 2019 to 2022 did a 1 through 99 series, and I'm trying to like re-wrap my brain around that.
Oh, yeah.
54 is a bad
I'll reserve
number.
55 if you guys don't mind.
Oh, I already have 55. Oh, you Levchinov is that 55 were you thinking of? Yeah, Levchinov.
54.
Yeah.
That's such like a training camp number.
Yeah, it is.
You
It's
know?
a young defenseman's number.
10 players from this year. One has 60 games played with 20 points.
Yikes, dude. We're never going to get it.
Skip.
Yeah, I think we could.
I mean,
we get our
we're
mulligan
used
here.
to
Can we
it.
get, we get our
As
mulligan?
higher, they're going to get easier and easier.
Okay, yeah, we'll use it. Give it to us. Give us a couple of guys that wore it.
55, Levchinov.
From this year,
54.
Dylan Sandberg.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
some other guys like a Blackhawk Dave Shazowski.
No.
97. So
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
Yeah.
No. That's yeah.
Yeah. Can we
Who are
move
the
on?
guys this year that wore it? 54. Dylan Sam. I probably
guys
could have
who
gotten
played
that.
games. Dalbar Dvorsky.
Dalbor.
Delbert
Dvorsky.
Dvorsky. Yeah.
Yaska.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we get it.
We get the point. Nobody should be wearing 54 ever.
Okay, so
55 already party.
56
Eric Gustafson. 57.
David Perron.
Trevor Van Riemsdyk.
Yeah.
58.
58.
58.
I got someone for 59.
69 players of all
Nice.
time.
Nice.
For 58?
Nice.
58.
Oh, no.
Oh, all time?
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Has anybody
it's
pointed
his
out
middle
Justin's
numbers.
shirt also?
What's
to be
up?
fair.
To be fair,
Shirt. Oh,
Chris Letang, is that 58?
Yes.
yes.
Yeah, there we go.
59.
Let's go.
Tyler Bertuzzi, 59.
Let's go. 60 Jose Theodore.
Yep.
61.
Rick Nash.
Yes.
Yep,
Nice.
62.
Carl Hagelin.
Carl Hagelin. Yes.
Yeah, sure, 63.
Brad
Wow,
Marchand.
there you go,
Yes.
64, good one.
David Kampf.
Yeah.
65. Eric Carlson.
Eric Carl, yep.
Andrew
66,
Shaw.
Laura Lemieux, 66.
67. Michael Frolik.
Yep. 68.
68.
Ooh.
68.
You're cooking there, chat.
Yeah, we were on a roll there. It comes in bunches, doesn't it?
31 all time.
How many
Oh my
this year?
God. Wait. Yager.
Yeah, there you go.
Larry
Yes.
Yager.
Yes.
69, Devin Shore.
Yeah.
Does that count? Does that count?
69. Andrew Desjardins.
Wow. Blackhawks legend. What a
70.
pull.
Braden Holtby. 71. Taylor Hall.
Yep, 72, Panarin.
Bobrovsky.
73. Well, we already did Reichel for 27.
Didn't Michael Ryder wear 73 at one point?
73.
Michael Ryder.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, there we go.
There you go. That's an
Dang.
interesting one. 74.
There's
There's a Hawk that wore 74 this year.
There's a
Yeah.
Maple Leaf that wore 74.
Didn't Brody wear 74? Didn't we already
No,
say
He
he
that?
was
wore 76.
76.
Shoot.
70.
Bobby McMahon?
Yeah, that's. I thought
Okay.
McMahon.
Yeah, that
Bobby
sounds
McMahon.
right. That sounds right.
McMahon.
Cool.
Nice.
75.
Reeves.
Ryan Reeves.
76, TJ Brody. 77, Kirby Doc. 78. It wasn't Brody. Was it?
No,
was it-
I think
No,
Brody
it might
was-
have been 78.
I think Brody was
Oh,
78.
shit.
Shit.
So, 76.
Oh, no.
We gotta go back to
Subban.
76.
Subban.
Subban. 77 Doc, 78 Brody, 79. 79.
Oh.
27 all time.
That's
27?
How
Are
many
there any
this year?
notables in there?
I got two different questions. For this year, 6 players. One of them had 74 games and 27 points.
So a defenseman.
79.
I mean, it doesn't say on here, but I'm going to say yeah.
K. Andre Miller?
Yes.
Holy sh!
There we
Wow.
go. There we go.
80.
A goalie. Somebody.
80.
That's such a bad goalie number, but somebody's.
5 from this year. 1 played every game.
Every single game. Wow.
66 points.
80.
66 points in 82 games. Oh, that should be. That narrows it down.
66 points in 82 games, correct?
That's like a star. That's like an all-star.
80.
Hmm.
Anything? No.
66 and 82. Any more hints?
No.
Pierre-Luc Dubois.
Yes.
Yes.
81. Marinosa.
82. Thomas
Kopecky.
Caleb Jones.
Yeah. Caleb Jones.
83.
Yep. 83. There's some tricky ones in the 80s. 83.
6 from this year. The highest one is 32 games played with 3 points.
Yeah, that really narrows it
Might have
down
to be our
there.
last. Can we get the rest of the way without any more hints? Or without any more?
How do you guys feel about 84?
Great about it.
6 all time.
Oh God.
I don't feel great.
Maybe some. I'm thinking some
83.
2000s guys.
Max Jones.
That actually.
No.
Oh, that sounded right.
That would have been a crazy poll.
Isn't that like a really good
You
college
go.
quarterback?
You went deep into your bag for that. I
Mac
appreciate
Jones,
that.
I think you're thinking of.
Mac Jones doing the gritty at the Pro Bowl.
I'm just doing a bit.
Who was that guy? The Patrick Steffen, when he missed. I don't think he wore 83, but
Alex Hemsky.
was he 83? Alex Hemsky.
Alex
There's 23
ALES.
guys on there.
Are you sure?
No, there's no way.
Huh?
There's no A last names.
Oh.
No, it's Hemsky with an
Hemsky.
H.
Oh, yes. Ellis Hemsky.
Bang.
Yeah.
Bang.
Wow.
Bang.
Okay, I don't know where the hell, because I've seen that clip a million times with Stefan
That's a
missing
good
empty
one.
net. All right, 84.
Here's Hemsky. He shoots. He scores.
Can you believe what we just saw?
22
I can.
84s.
22?
Any notables?
84s?
I believe one of these players. I mean, it's just going to give it away, but Yes, there are some notable ones.
Oh, okay.
There's
Wait.
a Blackhawk.
Oh,
from,
84. Oh, Blackhawk. Oh, that sounds
and then there's one that has a famous last name.
famous last name.
Blackhawks and Tassos.
Sutter.
84.
That's a wide receiver number. That's Antonio Brown right there.
Corey Conacher. No, I don't know.
84.
A Blackhawk
How many
who
this
wore
year did you say,
84
Raymond?
who we know, like some notable.
22 total.
Yeah, we talk about him a lot.
We talked about him a
He
lot.
was in the clip last week. I'll say that.
He was in the clip last
Okay,
week.
well, let's wait.
Landon Slaggart?
Yes.
Yes.
Also
Oh, did he really? Jake Chelios?
Yeah.
Jake.
Detroit in 2019.
All right,
That's
85. 85. Oh, that's a weird one.
85.
I got 86. Like I got a lot of the
19
next.
players. We're going down.
Oh no.
85. This might be the one.
Is this a
We do
Corey
have one more
Conacher pull?
skip.
Someone played with 80 games, 57 points this year.
Oh.
Ooh.
Wearing 85.
How many points
57
in 80?
in 80 games played.
Oh wow.
How many this year?
He just said.
8 total this year.
Oh.
8 total.
Andre Burakovsky?
Bang. Yes.
That is not on this this year, but
Oh.
I believe Andre Burakovsky wore 85 with the Washington Capitals.
Yes, I think you're right. He was in the 80s somewhere, Burakovsky. Come on, give it to me. Give it to us.
Because we're going to go on a roll here.
No.
No,
Was he
God.
not 85?
No, there's no way. There's no way.
Let me
we
see.
got another person to look here. There's no.
No.
I've got valid
Andre
proof.
Burakovsky? No.
You can
Are you
sound
sure
that
about
one out.
Okay.
Someone
85.
had almost 60 points this year wearing 85.
Oh, wait, no. Burakovsky wore a different number that we can get into.
Yeah. I just saw.
Use that one for that one.
Yeah.
85. It's something stupid.
Some rando. Maybe we use our mulligan. How much do we have a mulligan left?
No.
Yeah, I mean,
Give
it's
it
a
give it another minute.
Because like the rest of them are going to be easy.
I think we can get the rest of the way with.
I think we can.
We're going to be kicking ourselves if we can't. Oh, Shakir Mukhamadoulin.
Yep.
86 Turbo, 87 Crosby, 88 Cade, 89 Anthony Siu, 90 Tyler Johnson, 91 Frank Nazar.
Hold on.
92 Jonathan
Who
Drouin.
was the guy that
92?
scored all the points?
Jonathan Drouin.
Jonathan Drouin, 92, 93. 93
Jake
to break it,
Sanderson.
I was going
Wait,
to
we
say,
already did the break it. We already did the break it. 93. We already did the break it. 93.
93.
93.
11 players from last year.
And we already said to brink it.
Yeah, we already did the
Unless,
break
do
it.
we want to do another 12?
Yeah, who's another 12?
Jerome McGinley, number 12.
Okay,
93.
93 to break it. 94.
Wait, hold on.
Wait,
we
are we allowed to do
we
that?
can retroactively go back and
Okay,
change
fair enough. Fair enough.
Did we do that for
Giving in this room right
Saad?
now.
I don't know.
Time.
30 all time, 11 this year,
Anyone notable?
other than DeBrincat.
Other than DeBrincat, these guys has an asterisk. So I don't know what that is. I guess
93.
one of them was pretty. I mean, is pretty popular.
Is Mika Zibanejad
Mika
93?
Zibanejad, 93.
Maybe, no, he might
I
not
don't
be.
know what that
Yes.
Yes.
Oh.
Disadvantage.
Yeah,
Wow.
okay.
But the one I was gonna say was Ryan Nugent-Hopkins.
Oh,
there
okay.
we go.
Gilmore was
94, Corey Perry.
Yeah.
95.
Or did we already use
95
No, we didn't use Perry.
Burakovsky, right?
95
95
Burakovsky?
Burakovsky.
Yeah, 96.
96.
Oh, Mikko Rantanen.
Miko Rantanen.
97 McDavid, Bedard, Gretzky.
Let's
Did
go.
it.
Good job.
That took a little longer than I thought it would.
Yeah.
All right, that was a lot of fun, actually.
Yeah, it
Cool.
was.
All right, and that's the show.
Everybody's
Everybody,
gonna be cooking us right now.
tell a friend, like this video, subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Instagram, tell your friend to do all of those things. It helps us out a lot. Everybody in this room, thanks to Nolan, thank you to Natalie. Big stuff, a lot of fun shows coming up, and that's it. So we'll see everybody Wednesday.
Please don't make fun of our puck knowledge, please. That's all I beg.